Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Job Transfer for All. Sign into Holy Angel at the beginning. Chapter 1. Parallel World. Tianfu City, Nanjing District Number 3 High School, in the classroom of Class 3 and 5. A group of 17 or 18-year-old teenagers were talking in low voices, their faces full of tension and expectation. I'm going to change jobs soon, I'm so nervous. Me too, I'm so nervous that I can't even eat breakfast. I'm afraid that I will change my job and become a life profession. Hey, if you change your job to become a life job, you can only be a servant in this life, and there is no chance of a comeback. Listen to the discussion of the students. Qin Feng, who was sitting in the back row, also had a look of anticipation in his heart. He is a time traveler, and it has been 3 years since he came to this world. In the past 3 years, he has had a clear understanding of the world. This is a world where games and reality are integrated, with an area 100 times the size of the Earth. In this world, there are countless dungeons of secret realms, and there are also ferocious beasts rampant outside the city, threatening the human living environment. And everyone can also gain experience points and improve themselves by killing monsters. At the same time, this world has also evolved a variety of professions. When everyone reaches level 10, they can change jobs and gain more powerful abilities. Even after the level reaches a certain level, it is no problem to move mountains and seas, to chase stars and moons. Humans can also be as powerful as gods. The purpose of setting up schools in various provinces and cities in each country is to train every teenager to successfully reach level 10 and complete job transfer before the 3rd year of high school. And the types of job transfers are also varied and strange, but generally can be divided into 3 categories. They are combat class, reinforcement class, and life class. Combat occupations, as the name suggests, are occupations with combat capabilities, such as archers, warriors, priests, mages, and so on. At the same time, combat occupations are also the most popular among the 3 types of occupations. After all, this world is still in the era of high walls where monsters are rampant and dungeons are everywhere. If you want to survive in this world, you must have strong combat power. The second type of occupation is the enhanced occupation. Although this type of occupation is not as popular as combat occupations, they are also very capable. For example, the enhancer can make the attributes of the equipment stronger and make the output of the warrior profession more powerful. Another example is a pharmacist, who can refine some potions, increase their status, and assist in combat. Changing jobs to enhance occupations can also live very well in this world. As for the last category, it is the most unpopular and the most populous occupation: life occupations. Such occupations are relatively common, such as miners, herbalists, breeders, and so on. I am afraid that if you change to this kind of profession, you will only be able to live at the bottom of the society all your life. It is very good to be able to feed your family. I hope I can change my job to become a combat class. This will also share the pressure of Grandpa Dean. Qin Feng's mind was full of thoughts, and what worried him most was the grandfather of the orphanage's director. When he was very young, his parents went to the front line, battlefield of 10,000 races, to participate in the great cause of defending their home and country, but unfortunately died in the siege of beasts. So the young Qin Feng became an orphan. He was sent to an orphanage for martyrs run by the state, where he was brought up by retired veteran Wang Chenghai. But, these years, Wang Chenghai's hidden wounds left on the battlefield have recurred, and in addition to his age, he has to take on the responsibility of taking care of those orphans, which is very hard. Qin Feng thought that he could change his job to become a combat class, earn money by downloading dungeons, share Wang Chenghai's pressure, and let the children live a better life. In the future, like my parents, I can also go to the battlefield of thousands of races to protect the territory of Daxia, so that the people of Daxia can live a peaceful and happy life. And now, finally it was his turn to change jobs. Whether his dream and his revenge can be realized depends on the result of the next job transfer. Qin Feng was both looking forward to and excited. Okay, I just received the notification that the job transfer formation has been set up. All students follow me to the playground to gather. At this time, the words of the class teacher Zhou Shan brought Qin Feng back from his contemplation to reality. Are you finally going to change jobs? Great, let's change jobs. I will definitely be able to change jobs and become a fighting class. Hearing Zhou Shan's words, there was a burst of cheers in the class, and all the students stood up from their stools, rushing to the outside of the class. Qin Feng took 2 deep breaths. He also stood up from the chair, silently followed behind the students and walked towards the playground. At this time, a mechanical voice suddenly came from Qin Feng's mind. Ding, the host that agrees with the conditions has been detected, and the God level sign in system is being bound. Ding, the God level sign in system is successfully bound. What should come will eventually come. As a time traveler, Qin Feng is no stranger to the system. He suppressed the joy in his heart and checked the function of the system. Soon, Qin Feng figured it out. The function of the God level sign in system is very simple, that is, you only need to arrive at the coordinates released by the system to get rewards. The sign in rewards are also divided into levels, ranging from 1 star to 10 stars from low to high. The higher the star rating, the better the reward. Of course, if the coordinates released by the system are too far away, or they have never heard of them at all, Qin Feng can also give up the opportunity to sign in this time, so that the probability of getting a higher star reward for the next sign in will increase. In other words, giving up the opportunity to sign in will not only not waste this opportunity, but will increase the reward for the next sign in. For example, the city where Qin Feng is currently located is called Tianfu City, which is located in the northeast of Daxia. If he got a 5-star sign in opportunity in the southern part of the Great Xia realm, then it is naturally impossible for him to travel thousands of miles to sign in the southern part of the Great Xia realm. Then, he can give up this 5-star sign in opportunity and increase the level of the next sign in reward to 5 stars or above. If it's not too far away from his location, then Qin Feng can go to sign in. In general, foregoing the opportunity to check in is not only harmless, but also makes the rewards better. It is the refresh location of this check-in location. There is no way to judge, it can only depend on Qin Feng's luck. When Qin Feng was researching the system, he followed his classmates to the playground. At this time, on the podium in front of the playground, a 5-pointed star magic circle shining with purple light has been set up. In the center of the magic circle, there is also a gray stone as tall as a person, which is the stone of job change. And on the left side of the job-changing God stone, there is a tall and thin middle-aged man wearing a black cloak and holding a staff. Level 25. Occupation, sacrifice. The man had no intention of hiding his aura. Therefore, everyone can use identification to view his level and information. Hiss, the one who presided over the transfer ceremony turned out to be a level 25 priest. The school is so generous. Please ask a level 25 priest to preside over the ceremony. I'm afraid it will cost more than 100,000 yuan. 100,000? Are you thinking of farting? I heard from inside sources that the school spent a full 500,000 Daxia general currency to invite this priest. Hiss, 500,000. Quote. The students off the field were all shocked by this number. You know, a person who has changed his job to a life profession works hard all year round, and his annual income is only about 30,000 yuan. And a level 25 fighting class can easily earn nearly 20% of the hard work of a living class just by presiding over a job transfer ceremony without even spending 2 hours. It may seem outrageous, but that's the nature of the world. Only when you change your job and become a combat job, can you turn yourself over and become a master. If I can become a level 25 priest, I'm afraid I can let the Dean Grandpa lie flat, let the children eat meat every meal, and get the best educational environment, and it will no longer be a problem. You don't have to be like me, who obviously has good physical attributes, but can only go to the most ordinary high school because of lack of money. Those medicines that can increase physical attributes and improve the success rate of job transfer are even more out of my favor. Qin Feng looked at the priest on the podium, secretly clenched his fists, his eyes showed a kind of determination and longing. Just when he was thinking, the senior 3 students of the entire 3rd high school have all assembled on the playground. There are a total of 23 classes with about 1,500 students. The desire of the students was not weaker than that of Qin Feng. They all gathered together in 2s and 3s, discussing in low voices. I'm finally going to change my job. I've been waiting for this day for too long. I will definitely be able to change my job and become a hidden job. Are you thinking about farts? You are hiding your profession. You think you are Zhang Fan, the young master Zhang. He is the second young master of the Zhang Chamber of Commerce. He has been taking various strengthening potions since he was a child, and his 4-dimensional attributes exceed 20. Only people have the opportunity to change jobs to hide jobs. Hiss, is Zhang Fan so perverted? The attribute value has already exceeded 20. Doesn't that mean he must change to a hidden profession? That's not necessarily true. It can only be said that the probability is a little higher than ordinary people. Hearing the students discussing Zhang Fan, Qin Feng also opened the personal panel and took a look. Qin Feng, level 10, strength 8. In the case of normal people not taking medicine, the average value of the 4-dimensional attribute is 10. Constitution 7, dexterity 8, spirit 32, skills none. Due to malnutrition, my other attributes are lower than ordinary people. Qin Feng looked at the attributes, but because of the fusion of the souls of the two lives, my spiritual attributes are particularly strong. 32 points. This value, even in the entire Tianfu city, this attribute is unique. This is also my confidence to come back. I will definitely be able to transfer to a hidden profession. Chu Kuang secretly encouraged himself. Okay, students. At this moment, Zhou Shan, the head teacher, clapped his hands. The transfer ceremony will begin soon, everyone be quiet. After a while, the broadcast will read the name according to the student number. The students who read the name consciously stand out, go to the job transfer formation, and then put their palms on the job transfer God Stone. In about 5 seconds, the job changing God Stone will automatically change jobs for you to a suitable job. Don't be proud if you change your job to a combat job. It means that you have assumed more important responsibilities on your shoulders. Students who have changed jobs to become enhanced jobs and life jobs will not be discouraged. I believe you will have a bright future. The key lies in the individual. As long as you work hard, no matter what occupation you are in, you can have a good life. Zhou Shan's words were very contagious, and a few words calmed down the restless emotions of the students, and they waited quietly for the start of the transfer ceremony. Soon, time passed. With the impassioned speech by Principal Li Hai, the transfer ceremony officially kicked off. Class 1, Senior 3, Zhang Fan. The voice of the radio rang. Hearing the sound of the radio, a tall, handsome, school-level boy stepped out from the general direction, stepped onto the podium in a few strides, and came to the career transfer stone. Wow, is he Zhang Fan? Just by looking at him, I feel that his physical attributes are very high. There should be a high probability that he will be transferred to a combat profession, right? The combat profession should be stable, but I don't know if I can go further and change my profession to become a hidden profession. It's still too difficult to hide a job. We haven't seen it in Tianfu City for several years. Shish, stop talking, let's start. As Zhang Fan's palm touched the job transfer stone, the job transfer stone also emitted a misty white light, covering Zhang Fan's body inside. Soon, a mysterious symbol emerged from the light. The symbol was not the common language of Daxia, but everyone understood its meaning in an instant. Knight. Zhang Fan's job change is Knight. Good guy. Although the profession of Knight is not as good as the hidden profession, it is also very good. Whether it is for dungeons or for collecting materials in the wild, it is an indispensable front row tank. There were even quite a few schoolgirls in the audience. Their eyes sparkled with admiration, and they shouted loudly. Zhang Fan, you are so handsome. Zhang Fan YYDS. Under the envious eyes of everyone, Zhang Fan returned to the class with a face of ecstasy, and all the students immediately surrounded him. Then there was a sound of kneeling and licking from the direction of Class 1. Compared with Zhang Fan's joy of successfully changing jobs, the people behind him were not so lucky. After all, there are only a small number of students who can change to a combat profession, and the proportion is only about 1/3. Most of the students eventually changed jobs and became life professions. They can only be civilians for a lifetime, and they will never have a chance to stand up again. They can only pin their hopes on the next generation. But even with this ratio, Li Hai, the principal of No. 3 Middle School, couldn't help showing a look of joy on his face. After all, the third high school in Nanjing district is an ordinary high school, and the ratio of 1/3 is already very high, even tying up with some key high schools. If this ratio can continue to increase, I am afraid that it will not be long before Lehigh can be promoted and transferred to a key high school as the principal. Therefore, Lehigh looked forward to the next transfer ceremony even more. Just at this time, the voice of the radio resounded through the playground again. Grade 3, Class 5, Qin Feng. After hearing the name, Qin Feng took a few deep breaths, stepped out of the line, and walked towards the podium. When he walked to the head teacher Zhou Shan patted him on the shoulder. Qin Feng, come on, change your job to a combat class, fight for yourself and your grandpa Dean. For Qin Feng, Zhou Shan is still very optimistic. Although he lost his parents since he was a child, he is still full of expectations and confidence in life. His academic performance is also among the best, and he has a great dream of inheriting his parents' behest and defending his family and country. From the bottom of his heart, Zhou Shan really hoped that Qin Feng would be able to change jobs successfully. Don't worry, old class, I will work hard. Qin Feng smiled at the teacher who took good care of him, and then strode up to the job transfer platform. Then, he closed his eyes, and gently placed his palm on the career transfer stone. As usual, the job-changing stone radiated ruthless light, enveloping Qin Feng's body. At the beginning, there is nothing unusual about the light. But the next moment, the light became brighter and brighter. The teachers and students in the entire playground couldn't keep their eyes open. Look, what is that? Suddenly, someone pointed at the sky and screamed, attracting everyone's attention. Boom! I saw one after another pure white bright and dazzling holy rays of light in the sky above the job-changing godstone. Like a painting, a phantom with a graceful figure was outlined by a clever hand. Xu Ying has a beautiful appearance and a slim and attractive figure. What's more, on the back of this phantom, there are 9 pairs of 18 pure white wings. In the end, Xu Ying's spread wings suddenly retracted to the back, followed closely by Xu Ying, who knelt down towards Qin Feng's direction Yao in midair. Meet my lord. The indifferent voice clearly reached everyone's ears. I'm going, what kind of creature is this? This is too, so beautiful. I don't know what creature, but from now on, this creature is my goddess. The goddess in my dream. But then again, why is there a vision of a goddess in the sky? This should be a vision of a hidden profession after changing jobs, right? But I have never heard of a vision of a hidden profession like this. That's right, it's not bad for a normal hidden job-changing phantom to be 5 meters in size, but this Qin Feng almost covers the sky for half a day. Isn't this too handsome? Do you think Qin Feng's job change will be the legendary priesthood? Hiss, you say that, it's really possible, priesthood. I'm doomed to only look up to you. All the teachers and students were all shocked. Only Qin Feng himself, with a slightly dull face, murmured, angels. What the hell? There are no angels in this world. How could angel visions appear? However, his doubts are destined to be answered by no one. At this time, the phantom of the angel in the sky dissipated like a goose feather in the sky, then fell down and merged into Qin Feng's body. Finally, a symbol symbolizing Qin Feng's profession appeared on the job-changing god stone. A shrunken version of the phantom of an angel. The moment they saw the symbol, everyone understood its meaning. There was a huge and incredible noise in the playground. Angel summoner. What kind of job is that? I've never heard of it. The name of the goddess just now is Angel. Although I don't know angels, I understand summoners. Summoners are those who can summon other creatures to serve them by releasing specific magic or chanting spells. But the summoner has a huge limitation. That is, known, existing creatures in the world must be summoned. But, are there any angels in this world? So, how to summon? Quote, I didn't expect that my number 3 middle school could produce a hidden job. Although I don't know what profession this angel summoner is. But it didn't affect the principal, Lehigh, trotting all the way from the rostrum to Qin Feng's side. Lehigh looked at Qin Feng with a very excited expression. Good job, Qin Feng, you are really good. This is really a glory for my 3rd school. Nanjong District, in the entire Tianfu City, is an extremely remote and poor area. And no, 3 middle school is the most rubbish high school in Nanjong District. In previous years, 1/3 of the combat professions that the school could transfer to were already highly regarded. But this year, not only did the percentage of successful job transfers far exceed every year, there was even a hidden job. Once the news gets out, then even if Lehigh is famous, even if he can't be transferred to a key high school, then the resources allocated by the government next year will be raised to a higher level. Next year, there will be more students coming here especially. These are all continuous achievements. If Qin Feng could get another good rank in the college entrance examination, then no. 3 middle school would be completely famous. Maybe you can get rid of the name of ordinary high school little by little, and apply to become a key high school. These are the benefits brought by Qin Feng. No wonder Lehigh was so excited. How about this, Qin Feng, after the transfer ceremony is over, you come to my office directly, and we can talk in detail. Lehigh patted Qin Feng's shoulder. Okay, thank you principal. Qin Feng could probably guess that this was a good thing, and even saluted Lehigh. Okay, let's go back. Lehigh smiled, then looked at the teacher who presided over the ceremony, and said, continue with the transfer ceremony. Qin Feng nodded, said goodbye, and returned to his class. Qin Feng, you did a good job. The homeroom teacher Zhou Shan was also very excited, with an excited expression on his face. You gave me a sigh of relief this time. Besides, you have changed your job to a hidden job, so your wish must come true, and the burden on your grandfather's shoulders will be greatly relieved. Thank you, old class. Qin Feng nodded and smiled. By the way, Qin Feng, Zhou Shan said, you transferred to this angel summoner. What happened? What kind of creature is an angel? Why haven't I heard of it before? Yes, Qin Feng, take a quick look, we're all so curious. That's right, Brother Feng, hurry up and see what's going on, I've never seen a hidden job in my life. That's right, Brother Feng, take a look at the skill attributes and so on, and let us learn a lot. Quote. When the students in Class 5 heard Zhou Shan's words, they also became interested, and surrounded Qin Feng one after another, looking at him expectantly. Okay, I'm just a little curious too. Qin Feng agreed, and then directly opened the personal information panel. Qin Feng, level 10, occupation, angel summoner, strength 11, constitution 10, agility 11, spirit 35, skill, angel contract. Active skill, you can contract an angel and turn it into your own summoned creature. Note, can only be used on angels. Most of the students in high school are still very simple in mind. Qin Feng didn't care too much, and shared his panel. Wow, Brother Feng, your spiritual attribute is too high. It's even higher than young Master Zhang's attribute. I really don't know how you did it, it's amazing. Brother Feng is really awesome. The mental attribute alone is almost comparable to the sum of my 4-dimensional attributes. But Brother Feng, why do you have one of these skills? Ordinary fighters also have the 2 skills of heavy attack and continuous slash. That's right, and this angel, Brother Feng, how do you make a contract? There is no creature like an angel in this world. Hearing this, Qin Feng also sighed slightly, he was also worried about this matter. That's right, there is no creature like an angel in this world, how can he make a contract? Moreover, he doesn't have any other damage skills after he changes jobs. Could it be possible to rely on level output? But I have a high spiritual attribute, and the damage of level A is not much. In other words, without an angel in my profession, it seems that I am not even as good as a life profession. Qin Feng's face was a little sad. Okay Qin Feng. Zhou Shan came over at this time and comforted him. You don't have to worry too much, didn't the principal tell you to go there after the job transfer is over? Based on the headmaster's knowledge, he might be able to help you figure out a solution. You just need to feel at ease for the time being. Qin Feng nodded, thank you teacher, I'm fine, don't worry. After all, he is a human being in 2 lives, and his state of mind is still very stable. In addition, there is still a system to cover the bottom line. Qin Feng quickly adjusted his state of mind. Then continued to watch the transfer ceremony. Time passed slowly, and soon, all the 3rd-year students in No. 3 high school completed their job transfers. In the end, in Qin Feng's 5th class, 15 people were successfully transferred, less than 1/3 of them, but Zhou Shan was still very happy. After all, Qin Feng, who changed his profession and became a hidden profession, is not at the same level as the students of ordinary professions. It is a dimensionality reduction blow. Even if only Qin Feng has a hidden job in the class, and everyone else is a life job, Zhou Shan will still be full of joy. Because the school has express regulations. As long as there is a hidden occupation in any class, then the school will reward the class teacher with a bonus of 100,000 yuan as an encouragement. Moreover, the excellent head teacher of this semester will also be awarded unconditionally. This is the benefit that the job transfer hidden job brings to the head teacher. As for the person who changed to a hidden profession, the reward is much richer than this reward. The transfer ceremony is over, and each class returns to the classroom. Class teacher Zhou Shan made the final summary on the podium. For this job transfer ceremony, there are 51 people in our class, and a total of 15 people have been transferred to hidden jobs. Among all the classes in the school, we have almost the fewest number of people who have changed jobs to combat professions, but fortunately, Qin Feng in our class has changed jobs and become a hidden profession. This is not only an honor for me, it is also an honor for our entire class. Let us applaud and congratulate Qin Feng. Crash! All the students stood up and clapped their hands. Brother Feng, blessings. Brother Feng, it's too powerful. Brother Feng, don't forget about us when you develop in the future. Okay. Zhou Shan looked at this group of students who have not been baptized by society and are still innocent, and smiled. You can talk about congratulations in private and then continue to listen to me. The job transfer ceremony is over, everyone is a job changer now. There is still half a month before the college entrance examination. I hope that everyone will not waste this time, whether it is a combat profession or a life profession. The combat profession strives to improve actual combat and improve the level. Life career is to strive to improve professional skills, and strive to get a good grade in the college entrance examination. As long as you can get good grades in the exam and enter a higher education institution, you can have a bright future even if you are a life profession. Well, that's all I have to say. The rest of the time, everyone can move freely. Let's disband. Then Zhou Shan walked up to Qin Feng and said with a smile, Qin Feng, come with me, the principal is looking for you. Good teacher Zhou. Qin Feng nodded and followed Zhou Shan towards the principal's office. As he was walking, Zhou Shan suddenly stopped, turned his head to look at Qin Feng, and said, Qin Feng, I know that your family situation is quite difficult. If you change jobs to hide your occupation, the school will reward the class teacher with 100,000 yuan. I sent 50,000 yuan to your card, which is a little kindness from the teacher. Have you checked the account? Teacher, the reward from the school hasn't come down yet. Qin Feng believed in Zhou Shan, and instead of taking out his phone to check, he saluted and said, whether my profession has potential for development is something to be discussed. What if the school cancels the reward? Hi, Zhou Shan smiled. I'm ashamed to say that, for 3 years, as the orphan of a martyr, I haven't paid much attention to you. Now this little money can be regarded as compensation for you. Besides, the teacher is also optimistic about you, and you will definitely be able to realize your career potential. Thank you, teacher. Qin Feng bowed again and saluted. Okay, don't thank me, go in quickly. Zhou Shan helped Qin Feng knock on the door of the principal's office, then turned and left. Teacher Zhou sacrificed his unearned interests to help me. This kind of favor, I must return it to him if I have the opportunity. Qin Feng sighed, then pushed open the door of the office and walked in. Entering the office, you will find that the facilities in the house are very simple. A sofa, a desk, and a cabinet for filing are all the facilities in the house. At this time, a chubby middle-aged man with glasses was sitting at the desk working. This middle-aged man is the principal Li Hai. Don't look at Li Hai's chubby, harmless appearance. But in fact, he is still a warrior with a level of 20. When he was young, he also participated in frontline battles and faced 10,000 monsters. Seeing Qin Feng coming in, Li Hai got up and greeted Qin Feng with a smile. Come on, Qin Feng, don't be dazed, sit down quickly. After speaking, he led Qin Feng to sit on the sofa. I've been the principal for more than 10 years, and it's the first time I've seen such a big commotion in the transfer ceremony. Right now, the entire Nanjing district is discussing the job transfer vision just now. You have brought honor to our school this time. Li Hai's face turned slightly red from excitement. So, after discussion with our school board, we will directly reward you with 100,000 Daxia common coins. 100,000 common currency. Before Qin Feng came, he had a premonition that the school would reward him, but he didn't expect to reward him so much right away. To know, the orphanage where Qin Feng lives has about 30 children. The monthly basic expenses do not exceed 5,000 universal coins, and even if some tuition fees and other expenses are added, the total cost will not exceed 10,000 yuan. The 100,000 yuan can almost support the expenses of the orphanage for a whole year. How could this make Qin Feng not excited and excited? Thank you, Principal. Qin Feng stood up and bowed in salute. Hey, Li Hai waved his hand. 100,000 yuan is not much. I have even better news for you. I have just contacted several colleges and universities in the province, and they have all shown a lot of interest in your profession. Tomorrow, these schools will send recruiting envoys to inspect you. As long as you pass the inspection, you can be admitted by special recruits. At that time, let alone 100,000 yuan, even if it is $1 million bonus, it is not too much. Hearing Li Hai's words, Qin Feng was also surprised. The province where Tianfu City is located is called Function Province. In the entire Great Sha, Function Province can be regarded as a province with a relatively large area and a relatively high ranking in terms of comprehensive strength. Among them, Shengjing University in Function Province is known as one of the 4 major universities in the country. If they can be specially recruited, the future prospects can be said to be unlimited. Then Shengjing University, will you send special recruits? Qin Feng asked. Of course. Li Hai nodded excitedly. Shengjing University, as a well-established prestigious school, naturally won't miss your new hidden career. Qin Feng's eyes lit up when he heard Li Hai's words, and while he was a little excited, he was also a little bit worried. The reason for the excitement is simple. Both the school and the government have expressly stipulated that as long as they are admitted by the 4 major universities, the school will send 500,000 universal coins as training funds. The conquest will reward 1 million universal coins, and at the same time, an additional C-level strengthening potion will be rewarded. The official price of a C-level strengthening potion is around 300,000. It can increase the attribute value of a certain item of the body by about 3 to 5 points, which is almost equal to the attribute value provided by the upgrade. As long as Qin Feng can be successfully admitted and obtain these resources, then all the problems in the orphanage will not be a problem. His wish that Wang Chenghai could lie flat would come true. As for the reason for worrying, it is also very simple. Shengjing University is the top university in Daxia. Admission requirements are certainly very high. Even if Qin Feng changed his profession and became a hidden profession, he would not necessarily be successfully recruited, and had to go through a series of inspections. These inspections include family background inspections, actual combat inspections, and potential inspections. In terms of family background, Qin Feng naturally has no problems. His parents are both martyrs, and Wang Chenghai, who raised him, is also a veteran. They can all be called meritorious ministers of the country. However, for the latter 2 items, Qin Feng was also a little uncertain. Just for the actual combat inspection, he didn't get any powerful skills that could improve his combat effectiveness, which was what he was worried about. Seeing Qin Feng's expression, Li Hai patted him on the shoulder and comforted him, "You don't have to worry too much. Shengjing University has been established for hundreds of years. I haven't seen any weird occupations. Maybe they can easily solve your occupational problems." Although Qin Feng realized that this matter was not that simple. But he nodded and said, "Thank you, Principal." Hey, what are you being polite about? Li Hai smiled. As long as you can be admitted, the school and I will be honored as well. Okay. Don't worry, take a good rest after you go back, and prepare for tomorrow's inspection. Good, Principal. Qin Feng heard the principal's intention of seeing off the guests, thanked him, and left. When Qin Feng returned to the classroom has become empty, and there is no one left. So he didn't stay too long. After packing his backpack, he left the classroom. With the support from Mr. Zhou and the 150,000 yuan rewarded by Principal Li, it can finally relieve the pressure on the dean's grandfather. Grandpa Dean doesn't have to spend all day in the wild to collect materials in order to make money. On the way home, Qin Feng still felt a little dreamy about what happened today. But in the mobile phone, the text message that transferred the money to the account reminded him that all of this was not a dream, but something that actually happened. Thinking of these, Qin Feng's footsteps returning home became lighter. Half an hour later, Qin Feng just pushed open the door of the Sunshine Orphanage and walked into it. A large group of half-grown children between the ages of 5 and 10 surrounded him. Brother Qin, you are back. Brother Qin, you came back so early. Brother Qin, come play football with us. In fact, the funds allocated by the government to orphanages every year are not small, but the situation on the frontline battlefield is becoming more and more tense, and the number of orphans is also increasing. The allocated funds are not enough. In addition, Wang Chenghai is older. Even if he goes to the wild to kill beasts and collect materials every day, he still cannot make ends meet. There is simply no way to ensure that every child can afford to go to school. Therefore, we can only give priority to ensuring that older children go to school first, to ensure that they can reach level 10 and complete the job change when they are 18 years old. So that's why, in broad daylight, these half-grown children are still playing in the orphanage instead of going to school. But now it is different. With this money, it is no longer a dream to send all the children to school. Qin Feng looked at the children and shouted, "What's the point of playing football with Brother Qin? Tomorrow, Brother Qin will let you all go to school and play football with your classmates, okay?" Hearing Qin Feng's words, the children all cheered excitedly. "Brother Qin, is this true? Can I really go to school?" An older child asked. Qin Feng nodded heavily. "Great, I can go to school now. Let's go to school." The children cheered again and ran wildly in the yard with excitement, their faces turning a little red from excitement. Seeing the children cheer up, Qin Feng was also happy from the bottom of his heart. He was an orphan since childhood. Know the importance of education. If he hadn't been a time traveler, his mental attributes would have doubled, and his physical attributes might have changed his job to become a life professional just like those orphanage children who graduated. At that time, let alone share the pressure of the dean and take care of the children. It's good to let yourself live well. This also strengthened Qin Feng's determination. He must work harder to understand his professional characteristics. Let children go to school and eat meat, at least they will not lose at the starting line. Played with the kids for a while. After dinner, Qin Feng returned to his bed and lay down. It may be because the job transfer ceremony was very exhausting, coupled with the ups and downs of mood today, Qin Feng felt extraordinarily exhausted. After lying on the bed for a while, he fell into a drowsy sleep. When he wakes up again, the sky outside was completely dark, and the even breathing of the children could be heard in my ears, and it seemed that they had already fallen asleep. I don't go to bed in the afternoon anymore, it's already dark when I wake up, how can I sleep at night? With a sigh, Qin Feng sat up from the bed, took a look at the phone, and found that the time had come to 11 o'clock in the evening. It's already 11 o'clock, you've been asleep for so long. It just so happens that the dean's grandfather should be back at this time, so go and transfer the bonus from the school to the dean's grandfather. Thinking about it, Qin Feng jumped off the bed, fumbled to put on his slippers, and cautiously moved towards the door. Creak. Gently pushing the door open, Qin Feng walked out, looked back, and found that the children had not been woken up by him, so he breathed a sigh of relief, closed the door, and walked quickly towards Wang Chenghai's bedroom. "Grandpa Dean." Qin Feng walked to the door of the bedroom and called softly. But after a long time, there was no response. Qin Feng called out again, "Grandpa Dean." Still nothing. "Is this asleep?" Qin Feng grumbled, and prepared to go back without thinking too much. But at this moment, a magnetic voice of a middle-aged woman came from behind. "Zhaofeng, what are you doing sneaking around there?" Qin Feng looked back and found that the person who came was Li Jing, a nurse hired to cook for the children. He opened his mouth and said, "Aunt Li, didn't I change my job to become a combat job? The school rewarded me with a scholarship. I thought about giving the scholarship to the dean's grandfather so that he can improve the lives of the children. But I didn't expect him to go to bed so early today. Hehe, Zhaofeng has actually changed his job to a combat job. This is really promising," Li Jing praised, and then said, "Your grandpa Wang is resting. You can't, no one has touched the food left for him in the cafeteria. I still want to come and have a look. Huh, Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. Ah, for what? Li Jing was impatient. Seeing that there was no food in the cafeteria and the lights in the bedroom were off, Deng even shouted, Wang Changhai. Wang Changhai, while running over and pushed open the door of the bedroom. There was a snap. The light in the bedroom was turned on, and Qin Feng and Li Jing rushed in directly. Then it was discovered that there was no sign of Wang Changhai in the bedroom at all. Oops, nothing will happen to Wang Changhai, right? He hasn't come back so late. Li Jing said anxiously. Auntie, don't panic. Qin Feng was also anxious, but still remained calm. The dean's grandfather is not without precedent for spending the night in the wild, let's make a phone call first. After speaking, Qin Feng took out his mobile phone directly. Dial Wang Changhai's phone number. Beep beep. Half a minute passed. There was a beep on the phone that no one answered. Unwillingly, Qin Feng called back again. But, hit a dozen times in a row. The result is that no one answered. Although the signal in the wild is very poor, it's not like no one answered after calling more than a dozen times. Suddenly, Qin Feng felt a bad feeling in his heart. Xiao Feng, don't worry, maybe your grandpa Wang just lost his phone during the battle. Li Jing comforted Qin Feng in turn. But Qin Feng didn't hear what Li Jing was saying at all. The thoughts in my mind were tangled together like a mess. Although the dean's grandfather had the experience of spending the night in the wild, he would send a message in advance every time, but not this time. And when night falls, ordinary beasts have night vision capabilities, which greatly increases the danger. Even a powerful expedition team will not move at night. Let's not use an old lone traveler like the dean's grandfather. And even if you can't come back when the city gate is closed, everyone will choose to camp under the city wall. The signal can't be bad. Even if the phone is lost, you can borrow someone else's to report your safety. So, Grandpa Dean may have encountered some danger. Think about it. Qin Feng's heart seemed to be stabbed severely by a knife. Great grief came from my heart. However, being a human being in 2 lifetimes made him calm down quickly and began to think about countermeasures. The place that the dean's grandfather usually explores is called the Wild Wind Plain, and the level of the monsters is about 12 to 15. With the level 15 strength of the dean's grandfather, unless he is besieged by wolves, he will not encounter any fatal danger. But considering Grandpa's age, I can't sit still. Although the Gale Plain is very dangerous to me, as long as I'm careful, if I just find people and don't provoke monsters, there shouldn't be too many problems. Just when Qin Feng was constantly thinking about countermeasures. Ding sound. There was a crisp reminder sound in my mind. System prompt. Today's check-in task has been issued, and the check-in location is the coordinates of Gale Plain, 1002, 4823. The sign-in reward is 3 stars. Qin Feng looked at the time. I realized it was already 12 o'clock in the morning. No wonder the system refreshed the task. What really surprised him was the sign-in location of the system is also brushed in the Windy Plain. Whether it is to find the dean's grandfather or for system tasks, it seems that this Windy Plain must be visited. But isn't this 3-star reward too low? Just when Qin Feng complained. Suddenly, the system beeped again. Ding. Because the host is signing in for the first time, the system will increase the sign-in reward to full 10 stars. Hear the sound of the system prompt. Qin Feng almost jumped up excitedly. The system actually raised the 3-star reward to full stars. Although he still doesn't know how rich the system rewards are, just hearing the word full star rewards, Qin Feng knows that the rewards this time will definitely not be too bad. Maybe whether I can contract a real angel and complete a real turnaround will depend on the reward for signing in this time. He took a few deep breaths to calm himself down. Then he stuffed the bank card in his hand into Li Jing's hand. Aunt Li, there is 150,000 yuan in this bank card. You should keep it first. If I don't come back tomorrow, these children will be entrusted to you. Zhaofeng, are you going out of the city? Li Jing was anxious. Do you know how dangerous the wild is? Even your grandfather is in danger. You are a student who just changed jobs. Aunt Li, Qin Feng interrupted. I have already decided that no matter how dangerous it is, I will go to find Grandpa, otherwise, I may have a bad conscience for the rest of my life. After finishing speaking, Qin Feng didn't give Li Jing a chance to speak, turned around and went into the bedroom, continuing to recharge his batteries. Hey, Zhaofeng, don't worry, I will definitely treat these children as my own sons. Li Jing clenched her bank card tightly, and after silently swearing, she also turned and left. Early the next morning, when it was still daylight, Qin Feng had already packed his equipment, carried a novice dagger distributed by the school, and boarded the bus leading to the Windy Plain. There were so many people in the car that almost all the seats were filled. However, these people are generally over 30 years old, and their eyes are full of evil spirits, so they are not easy to provoke at first glance. Qin Feng was like a harmless little sheep, sitting among this group of people. He seemed a bit out of place. It quickly attracted attention. A burly man sitting beside him looked at him and said, "Hey, boy, it looks like you just changed jobs, right? Do you know that this bus leads to the Windy Plains, you?" "I know, what's the matter with you?" Qin Feng interrupted. "Hey, you have a temper." The big man smiled. "If it weren't for the fact that you are too young, and you don't have much field experience, I wouldn't bother to remind you. The Windy Plain is very dangerous. Why don't you join our Ironstone team and explore with us?" Seeing that the big man's attitude is quite kind, Qin Feng's tone softened. "I'm sorry, uncle, I went to the Windy Plain to find someone this time, so I won't trouble you." "Looking for someone? It must be your closest person. I have seen things like you not uncommonly. Who made us not live in a peaceful age?" The big man sighed. "Well, what's the name of the person you're looking for? How does he look like? We can help you. Pay attention. They're all working outside. It's not easy for everyone. We can help you a lot. Don't you think so?" The last sentence was yelled out by the big man, obviously for everyone in the car. Subsequently, Chi-Chi echoed from the car. "That's right, little brother, Captain Ironstone is right. Don't be afraid to trouble us, we're going along the way anyway, we can help if we can, it doesn't bother us." "Yes, just talk about it, there are many people in great power." Quote. Qin Feng looked at the enthusiastic crowd. "I was moved. After all, there are more good people in this world. Since everyone is willing to help, Qin Feng is not too polite. Describe Wang Chenghai's appearance, and show everyone the photos in the phone." After everyone took notes, they returned their phones. Tishi asked again, "Are you sure you won't come with us? You are indeed too dangerous." Qin Feng shook his head. "Thank you, Uncle Tishi, I am very grateful that you can help me find my grandfather, so I won't hold you back." "You kid." Tai Shi shook his head with a smile, and didn't speak any more. Finally, 2 hours later, the bus stopped at the nearest human stronghold to the Gale Mountain Range. "It's better to look for the sign in coordinates first. After I get the reward, my safety will be guaranteed, and the speed of finding the dean's grandfather will be faster." Thinking of this, Qin Feng bid farewell to Tishi, and without entering the stronghold, he directly followed the mobile phone's navigation and walked towards the location of the system coordinates. At this time, the sun star has fully risen, piercing the darkness. Qin Feng stood on top of a small hill, and he had an unobstructed view of the Windy Plain. This is a very wide grassland, and the knee-high grass spreads to the horizon like a green carpet. With the gentle breeze blowing, you can still smell the aroma of flowers, grass and soil in your nose. But Qin Feng obviously didn't want to appreciate this invincible scenery. Because he encountered the first stumbling block in the Windy Plain, and also the most troublesome monster in the entire plain, the prairie gray wolf. Qin Feng hit Grey Wolf directly on the head with identification technique. The opponent's attributes are immediately visible. Prairie Gray Wolf. Grade 12. Strength 15. Constitution 18. Dexterity 16. Spirit 15. Skills: Bite, Pounce, Howl. A level 12 ordinary monster with not too high attributes. Even if Qin Feng is only level 10, his attributes are not much weaker than the opponent. And Qin Feng is also confident that he can kill it solo. But the trouble is that this gray wolf in the prairie has the same living habits as the gray wolf living in Blue Star, that is, likes to live in groups. That's why Grey Wolf didn't attack him right away. Just waiting for its companion. Can't wait any longer. We must get rid of this Grey Wolf before the wolves arrive. Qin Feng took a deep breath, took out the novice dagger from his backpack, held it in his hand, and launched an impact towards Grey Wolf. Novice Dagger. Grade. Whiteboard. Strength. +2. Constitution. +1. Level. 5. This is the weapon in Qin Feng's hands, which is uniformly distributed by the school. The advantage is that it is made of fine steel and is relatively strong. The disadvantage is that there are no other advantages besides being strong. In this world, weapons are divided into whiteboards, black iron, bronze, silver, gold. The whiteboard is the most common equipment, and it has no other use other than adding a little basic attribute. But despite this, when Qin Feng held the dagger in his hand, there was still a strong sense of security in my heart. Seeing Qin Feng charging towards him with a dagger in his hand, Grey Wolf let out a loud roar, and then kicked his limbs on the ground fiercely. After the 4 sharp claws grabbed 4 deep holes in the ground, his body rushed towards Qin Feng like a cannonball. The speed is faster than Qin Feng. Almost in the blink of an eye, he had already rushed in front of Qin Feng, opened his big bloody mouth, exposing his sharp teeth with shredded meat, and bit Qin Feng's head fiercely. Qin Feng could even smell the stench coming from its mouth. But his expression remained calm. Raising the sharp sword in his hand, he slashed at the sharp teeth of the Grey Wolf. Bang! The dagger collided heavily with the sharp teeth, sparks burst out. Qin Feng could only feel a huge force coming from the sword, which made his arm go numb, and he almost couldn't hold the dagger. The body was also pushed back by the force of the impact. But this sword also played its due role. Only a click sound was heard. The Grey Wolf's sharp teeth were directly cut into fine cracks, and then shattered instantly like a mirror, shattered into countless small pieces, mixed with blood, and fell to the ground in a rustle. Grey Wolf licked the blood from the corner of his mouth, let out a louder roar, and then his eyes turned blood red, staring at Qin Feng as if staring at a dead person. Subsequently, after scratching the ground a few times with its forelimbs, it charged towards Qin Feng again, with a faster speed and more agile movements. While running, there was a gust of strong wind that blew Qin Feng's clothes tightly against his body. It is said that wolves have iron heads and tofu waists. If you want a quick victory, you still have to attack its weak point. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, staring at Grey Wolf's movements. The moment the Grey Wolf rushed over, he took a sidestep and dodged directly. While dodging, with all his strength in his arms, he stabbed the dagger fiercely into the Grey Wolf's abdomen. PFF. Qin Feng's sword directly pierced the dagger into Grey Wolf's body, and blood sprayed Qin Feng all over like a fountain. A strong smell of blood immediately emanated from the blood, irritating the nose and mouth. Successful. Just when Qin Feng was rejoicing, a sharp wind suddenly came from behind, making his hairs stand on his head in shock. Not good. Qin Feng rolled to the side without thinking. But it was a little too late. Grey Wolf's counterattack arrived. Its sharp claws directly tore the shirt behind him, and grabbed a piece of bloody meat. What a strong vitality. Qin Feng looked at Grey Wolf's bleeding wound, very surprised. If you were a human being, you would have lost the power to resist if you encountered such an injury. But I didn't expect Grey Wolf to ignore the pain and launch a counterattack. Phew. Qin Feng panted heavily. Although I have been a human being for 2 lifetimes, I still have too little experience in fighting to the death. However, I won't make such a mistake again. After the words fell, Qin Feng's figure was like the wind, holding a dagger in his hand, and charged again. Brush. A cold light flashed. The head of the prairie Grey Wolf is separated from the body. When it landed on the ground, there were 2 clicks, one after another. After all, the injured Grey Wolf was not as fast as before. Qin Feng just took a slight side step to avoid its clumsy attack. Then he used the dagger as a knife and slashed directly at the Grey Wolf's neck. Killed it directly on the spot. Ding! You killed the prairie Grey Wolf, a common monster at level 12, and gained 50 experience points. The current experience value is 2% at level 10. Hear the system beep. It was like hearing some wonderful fairy music. Qin Feng's face brightened. Even the injuries behind him were temporarily forgotten. Quickly opened the personal information panel. Sure enough, I found that my experience value has reached 2% of level 10. The experience value of leapfrog kills is high. If this goes on like this, if we kill another 49 Grey Wolves, we will be able to successfully upgrade to level 11. It's no wonder that many people like to take risks alone. This efficiency is too high. In peacetime, the teacher takes the teacher to brush the level, which is completely two kinds of experiences. Just when Qin Feng was feeling emotional, a breeze blew gently. The smell of blood came from the breath. Not good. Qin Feng looked at the blood all over his body. The gray wolf's sense of smell is much more sensitive than mine. I can smell it, and the gray wolf must be able to. And the roar of the gray wolf just now must be attracting the nearby companions. I can't stay here any longer. Fortunately, it's not far from the check-in location. Then let's see who moves faster. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, rolled over and stood up from the ground. After opening the navigation and looking at the direction, he didn't even bother to deal with the gray wolf's corpse. Then he rushed towards the sign in position. Finally, when the sky is getting darker, Qin Feng finally arrived at the check-in coordinates. Whether you can survive or not depends on this wave. System. Sign in. Qin Feng's eyes were firm, and he yelled softly. Ding. Coordinates Gale Plane 1002, 4823. The host has successfully signed in, and the reward: 1 Holy Angel Seed, 1 Skill Book. Qin Feng couldn't help but burst into a rude sentence. Holy Angel Seed. Signing in actually rewarded props related to angels. Qin Feng's excited face turned a little red. He quickly checked the system space, and sure enough a seed was lying there quietly. Qin Feng thought about it. The seed appeared in the palm of the hand. This seed is the size of a palm. It is said to be a seed, but it actually looks more like a human figure. The touch of the figure is very smooth, and it feels as smooth as silk in the hand. Moreover, the handmade carvings are extremely delicate, and they look no different from real people. The wings on the back were gently blown by the breeze, and they were gently fanned, as if they were real. Qin Feng suppressed the excitement in his heart, and cast an identification technique in the past. The information of the angel seed suddenly appeared in front of him. Holy Angel Seed. Grade: Unknown. Introduction. After using the Angel Contract skill on it, you can get the contract creature, Holy Angel Tier 1. After seeing the information about angel seeds, Qin Feng's mind is filled with the words, beautiful. The system is really awesome. He even took the angel of the Blue Star world. No, in Blue Star, there are no such creatures as angels. Should say yes, the system has created all the angels that exist in the mythical world and people's fantasy. This was beyond Qin Feng's expectations. Qin Feng originally thought that this reward might reward a super high-grade natural material and earth treasure, the kind that can increase the attribute value by hundreds of points after taking it. Or, reward a weapon of super divine rank. These two rewards can also change your life against the sky. But unexpectedly, the system actually rewarded an angel directly. For this, Qin Feng just wanted to say loudly, the system is amazing. Broken sound. Qin Feng took a few deep breaths. I calmed down my excitement. He used his only skill on the Holy Angel Seed, Angel Contract. The skill was successfully used. No surprises. Angel Contract skills are tailor-made for angel seeds. Only used once. On the confidence panel, there is a prompt sound of successful use. Subsequently, the angel seed in Qin Feng's hand erupted with a dazzling light, and a luminous villain with 2 wings on his back flew out of the angel seed. Meet my lord. After bowing to Qin Feng from afar in the void, the luminous figure melted into Qin Feng's eyebrows. Then Qin Feng felt that there was a wonderful connection between himself and the seed in his hand, and he could even feel a kind of admiration, conviction, and closeness to him from the seed. Immediately afterwards, the light emitted by the angel seed slowly dimmed. There was a numb feeling in Qin Feng's hand. He quickly lowered his head and looked towards the position of his hands. I saw. The angel seed no longer knew when it disappeared, and was replaced by a little angel the size of a thumb. The little angel, in the palm of Qin Feng's hand, flapped his wings back and forth, gently brushing against Qin Feng's palm. Is this an angel? If it doesn't have wings, it's no different from a human. Qin Feng said in amazement, and then released his clenched hands, allowing the angel to fly freely. Brush. But at this moment, the little angel's body radiated light again, causing Qin Feng to close his eyes directly. Meet my lord. A melodious and ethereal voice reached my ears. Qin Feng quickly opened his eyes and found himself in front of him. Kneeling on one knee was a slim figure with perfect curves, like a beautiful girl walking out of a picture scroll. Faint and soft light shrouded the girl's body, and her long silk-like blonde hair was dragged to her ankles. A pair of huge white wings protruded from the back of the girl, which was a symbol of holiness. Wings folded in front of the body, wrapping his body tightly. But there was still a little bit of spring indistinctly. My dear. Qin Feng's blood surged instantly, his nose almost spurted 2 streams of blood. He quickly took off his blood-stained coat, and covered her body regardless of the girl's consent. This. I, an 18-year-old boy, can't stand watching this. Master. The girl didn't understand Qin Feng's actions, raised her head and asked in doubt. Hey. Qin Feng was taken aback the moment he saw the girl's appearance. Is this really the creature that this world should have? I saw the long eyelashes flickering on the girl's golden eyes, like summer butterflies. The pink lips are slightly raised, and there is no trace of blemish on the delicate facial features. Chu Kuang took a few deep breaths before suppressing the restlessness in his heart. He took out a change of clothes that he had prepared a long time ago from his backpack, and stuffed it into the girl's arms. Put it on, put it on. After finishing speaking, he quickly turned around, touched his nose, and breathed a sigh of relief after making sure that no blood flowed out. At the same time, I complained in my heart, angels are said to be beautiful, but this is too beautiful. This has ruined my aesthetics. How can I marry a wife? Marry a wife? I don't know about angels. Qin Feng had a bold idea in his heart. Owner. A light voice behind him interrupted Qin Feng's reverie. Qin Feng turned around, looked at the girl, and nodded in satisfaction. Not bad, not bad, she's just a girl next door with perfect appearance and figure. Of course, the pair of wings behind her must be excluded. Qin Feng nodded and said with a smile, you are an angel. Ah bah, what else can this be if it's not an angel? Cough cough, what's your name? How come there is a style of painting that kidnaps and sells girls? Master, please give me a name. The girl said, and wanted to kneel down again. Stop, stop. Qin Feng quickly waved his hand. First, don't call me master. I can't stand it. Call me brother. After speaking, Qin Feng himself blushed. Then after coughing twice, he continued. Second, don't just kneel down at every turn, okay? You just treat me as a friend or someone of the same kind. Without waiting for the girl to agree, Qin Feng added, since you don't have a name, I'll call you Angel Yan, Xiao Yan, okay? Chapter 11. Thank you, my brother, for giving me the name. Xiao Yan's smile almost melted Qin Feng's girlish heart. It's over, it's fallen, it's broken now. Qin Feng forcibly resisted the urge to go up and pinch Xiao Yan's pretty face, and said with a smile. Xiao Yan, can you change back to the small person you were just now? The visual impact of you is a bit too big for me. Qin Feng's height is not considered short, at about 1.85 meters. His clothes were put on Xiao Yan's body. Although it was very loose, it still couldn't hide Xiao Yan's proud figure. Qin Feng was a little worried that with such an alluring stunner by his side, he would be too excited to sleep at night. Xiao Yan's big eyes were full of doubts, but he still obediently obeyed Qin Feng's words. After nodding his head, his body slowly shrank to the size of a thumb, and then landed on Qin Feng's shoulder. Surprisingly, after Xiao Yan shrank, the clothes on his body also shrank to a suitable level. Brother, is this okay? Xiao Yan asked. Yeah. Qin Feng nodded hastily, and poked Xiao Yan's little face with his finger, and there was a sweet touch. It's much better now. Qin Feng secretly heaved a sigh of relief. It would be a bit funny if I let others know that I was seduced by my contracted creature. Even Qin Feng's old face probably had to find a crack in the ground to get in. At this time, Xiao Yan could already be regarded as Qin Feng's summoned creature. Although it is not like other summoners, what is summoned as a creature like a lion or a tiger, but a cute angel girl. But this does not affect Qin Feng's ability to check Xiao Yan's attributes at any time. It doesn't matter if you don't check. This investigation gave Qin Feng a big jump. The reason is that Xiao Yan's attributes are really a bit against the sky. Even Qin Feng rubbed his eyes several times before he was sure that what he saw was real and not a dream. Holy Angel, Kahiko. Grade. First grade Angel. Grade 1. Strength. 134. Constitution, 156. Speed, 147. Spirit, 219. Skill, Holy Radiance passive, LV1. Holy angels are born with affinity for light attributes. While being immune to light attribute attacks, they increase the damage of light attributes by 100%, damage to demons and corpses is doubled. Purification active, LV1. Remove all control effects and debuff effects on self and the host, and will not be subject to control effects again for the next minute. Holy Light Storm active, LV1. Summons a holy light storm in the designated area, causing high damage light attribute attacks. Holy Slash active, LV1. Flash forward for a certain distance, and use the lightsaber to slash the enemy. This skill ignores 30% of the enemy's defense effect. Angel Armed active, LV1. Part, weapon transform into armed state, and merge into the host's weapon. After fusion, the blade will inherit 10% of the angel's attribute value. This is too strong. Xiao Yan's level is only level 1, and all 4-dimensional attributes are over 100. The spiritual attribute has broken through 200 points. To know, Qin Feng's level has already exceeded level 10, and the highest attribute, the spiritual attribute point, is only more than 30 points. Even Zhang Fan and Zhang Ershao of the Zhang Chamber of Commerce, when they were level 10, the sum of the 4-dimensional attributes did not exceed 100 points. Zhang Fan could be called a top genius in Nanjing District, and his attribute points are not as good as Xiao Yan's. Angels are worthy of being creatures that exist in mythology. If this attribute panel is visible to others, I must be stunned. Besides, Xiao Yan's several skills are even more perverted to the extreme. The Holy Brilliance skill doubled his output, and the Purification skill can make Qin Feng directly immune to debuffs for up to 1 minute. Skills such as Weakness, Deceleration, and Knock-Up Stun are all ineffective for Qin Feng. It can be called an invincible life-saving skill. In addition, Xiao Yan also has a group AoE magic skill and a melee output skill, which is very comprehensive for long-distance attack and melee combat. Although I don't know the specific power of the skill, but just from the attributes, I can guess how terrible the damage of this skill is. The last one is the Angel Arming skill. Qin Feng didn't understand, so he looked at Xiao Yan and asked, "Xiao Yan, how do you use this armed skill?" Xiao Yan scratched his head, as if he didn't know how to explain. "Then I'll use the skill directly and let my brother see the effect." After finishing speaking, Xiao Yan turned into a flash of light and attached to the novice dagger. After Lu Guang touched the dagger, the body of the short sword was covered with a dense layer of very gorgeous patterns. What's more, Qin Feng also felt that his dagger directly produced an incomparably wonderful connection, as if the dagger and his arm were integrated into one. There is no slight jerky feeling, and it is very smooth to use. What surprised Qin Feng even more was the attribute of the dagger. Novice Dagger. Grade. Whiteboard. Strength. +1 Constitution. +1 6. Agility. +1 3. Spirit. +2 1. Skill. Armor Sundering passive increases armor sundering effect by 10%. Level 5, Is this too strong? Is this still a novice dagger? This attribute is almost comparable to bronze equipment of the same level. It turned out that this is what happened to the Angel Arming skill. Qin Feng understood, it was to superimpose 1/10 of Xiao Yan's attributes on the equipment. It makes the equipment attributes more luxurious, and also makes Qin Feng use it more smoothly. Moreover, Xiao Yan only has 1 level now, so if he reaches level 10, how terrifying is this inherited attribute? Besides, the level of this skill is only 1 level now, so if it is upgraded to level 2, will the inherited attributes become 1/5, or even higher? At the full level of skills, even inherit all of Xiao Yan's attributes. Doesn't this mean that Qin Feng, a small summoner with a crispy skin, also has the terrifying ability to fight in close quarters? This is too perverted. Qin Feng believed it now. What fighting profession, what hidden profession, in front of the angel summoner, is a fart? It's not on the same level at all. And Qin Feng realized another terrifying fact. Xiao Yan possesses the skill of angel arming, and the part is the blade part, so do other angels also have this skill? The other angels are armed with armor, wrist guards, helmets and other parts, can they also perfectly inherit the attribute values of angels? At that time, The attribute values of several angels were perfectly superimposed on Qin Feng's body. How terrifying should Qin Feng be? The picture is too beautiful. Qin Feng felt that his imagination was not enough. After taking a few deep breaths, Qin Feng calmed down his excitement, looked at Xiao Yan and said, "Xiao Yan, recover." "Okay, brother." Xiao Yan agreed sweetly, and turned into a villain again, hanging on Qin Feng's ear like earrings. Correct. Ordinary summoners will also inherit some of the attributes of summoned creatures. Although it is very low, it can also play a role in strengthening the body. I don't know how much attribute value I can skill Xiao Yan. With curiosity, Qin Feng opened the personal attribute panel. Seeing this, Qin Feng was almost frightened. Qin Feng. Level 10. Occupation: Angel Summoner. Strength 24. Constitution 24. Dexterity 26. Spirit 56. Summoned creature: Holy Angel Xiaoyan, First Order Angel. Skill: Angel Contract. Active skill: you can contract an angel and turn it into your own summoned creature. Note: can only be used on angels. Divine Inheritance. Passive: LV1, inherit 1/10 of the basic attributes of summoned creatures. Holy Light Strike. Active: LV1, use the weapon in hand to deal a powerful blow to the enemy. This skill ignores 10% of the enemy's defense effect. Explosive Orb. Active: LV1, summons a light attribute energy ball, causing explosion damage to the enemy, and the singing time is 1 second. Did he inherit 1/10 of Xiao Yan's attributes? It is also very good. After all, the level of divine inheritance is only level 1, and this percentage is reasonable. But even though it is only 1/10 of the property, the improvement for Qin Feng is also huge, which has already made his attribute value equal to that of Zhang Fan, who is known as the 3 most talented. As Xiao Yan's level rises, it's only a matter of time before he surpasses Zhang Fan. The other 2 skills can only be regarded as weakened versions of Xiao Yan's skills, but Qin Feng is not disappointed either. After all, his real profession is still a summoner, and most of the time, he doesn't need to do it himself. Being able to output 2 outputs is already very good. After all, other combat professions have only gained 2 skills after changing jobs. Moreover, it seems that it is not as powerful as Qin Feng. Qin Feng felt that he couldn't ask for too much, it was too Versailles. At this moment, Qin Feng suddenly realized. Is there a skill book for the system reward? It's all Xiao Yan's fault. She is so good looking that I forgot about it. Xiao Yan. A look of grievance. JPG. Qin Feng opened the system space. Sure enough, I saw a green leather skill book lying quietly inside. Green. Good guy. You're good at playing, Qin Feng complained. I still took out the skill book and used identification to check it. Holy Healing Skill Book. Description. After using it, you can learn the skill, Holy Healing. Occupation restrictions. Priest occupation, Angel Summoner. Holy Healing. After use, it can slowly heal body injuries. Quote. Qin Feng was dumbfounded. I feel like the system will give me AG again. I can understand that the profession is limited to priests. What do you mean by adding an angel summoner? I'm a player who plays angels, bah. I'm a manipulator of angels, you give me such things as priests, who do you look down on? I won't learn until I die. At this moment, severe pain came from the part scratched by the gray wolf on his back. Qin Feng. Subsequently, he crushed the skill scroll. The scroll turned into dots of light, which merged into Qin Feng's eyebrows. Ding. Congratulations, you have learned the skill, Holy Healing. Use Holy Healing. Qin Feng grinned in pain and shouted the moment the prompt came. A ray of holy light hung down from the void, covering Qin Feng's body. Qin Feng only felt a numbness coming from behind, and the wound began to heal slowly. A few breaths pass. The wound was already scarred. Qin Feng moved his body, and except for a slight itching, he couldn't feel any pain. Qin Feng. Emma, it smells so good, this skill. All is ready except for the opportunity. Now that I have Xiaoyan, I should be able to walk sideways in the area of the Wild Wind Plain. Next, I can finally find the Dean's grandfather unscrupulously. Grandpa Dean, hold on, I'm coming. A surge of pride surged in Qin Feng's heart. After packing his backpack, he chose a random direction and strode away. But at this moment, before taking a few steps, not far away, there were bursts of terrifying howls of wolves, which connected together and tore through the sky. Immediately afterwards, Qin Feng felt a slight shaking from the ground. At least no less than 100 prairie gray wolves were rushing towards him. Qin Feng stared at the direction where the voice came from, his eyes narrowed slightly. Well done. At the same time, Nanjong District No. 3 High School, the principal's room. In addition to the principal Li Hai and the class teacher Table Mountain, there were several powerful figures standing in the office. But these figures are different from the smiling expression on Li Heizuoshan's face. Their faces were all gloomy, and they looked at Li Hai with a look of anxiety. Finally, a burly middle-aged man looked at Li Hai and spoke. Principal Li, we've been waiting here for a whole day, and it's already dark. Why hasn't this Qin Feng come? You always say wait a while, but waiting like this is not an option. Besides, we still have other recruiting tasks. Although Qin Feng's career transfer vision is relatively strong, it doesn't mean he can let us go. Hear the words of the burly man. The remaining special envoys for college admissions also spoke one after another. Yes, Principal Li, Taishan is right. When will it be a waste to wait like this? Hey, this Qin Feng is too good at showing off. Isn't it just a brand new hidden profession? What's so great about it? It's not like I haven't been to Shihai University before. Really, even if such a dishonest student is specially recruited, there is absolutely no need to cultivate it. And I heard that the angel summoner only has one angel contract skill after changing jobs. An angel, how can there be such a creature? I see, this is a useless profession. Waiting here is a waste of time. It's gone. Quote. Withdraw, Principal Li, goodbye. After everyone greeted Li Hai, they prepared to leave. Seeing this, Li Hai quickly took 2 steps forward and blocked the door. At the same time, he greeted loudly. Mr. Zhou, call quickly. Then he looked at the admissions envoys and said pleadingly, call one last call. If you don't answer, I will definitely not stop you. All right, let's trust Principal Li again. Everyone stopped and looked at Zhou Shan, who was on the phone. Beep 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 beep. After a long time, the phone was still not connected. Zhou Shan smiled wryly and shook his head. Dean Wang and Qin Feng's phone calls have not been answered, and the orphanage's phone has already been shut down. It's fine, there's no need to bother anymore. The burly man Tai Shan said, it's really bad luck, it's wasting my time, let's go. After finishing speaking, Tai Shan pushed open Li Hai's door, turned and left. See Tarzan move. Several recruiting envoys also followed and left. Soon, there was only one beautiful woman left in the office, tall, with a warm smile like a spring breeze. Seeing the woman still standing there, Li Hai stepped forward and smiled embarrassedly. Special Envoy Shangguan, I'm really sorry. I don't know what happened to Qin Feng here, but I can assure you that Qin Feng is definitely not a dishonest child. On the contrary, this child pays great attention to commitment, and must have encountered some unavoidable things to delay it. Zhou Shan also came up and said, yes, Special Envoy of Shangguan, I taught Qin Feng, there is absolutely no problem with his quality, he loves his family and loves his country. Shangguan Yu nodded and smiled, it's okay, Principal Li, Teacher Zhou, since I can't wait for Qin Feng, I'll visit the orphanage myself. Is it called the Sunshine Orphanage? Shangguan Yu blinked and looked at the two of them. Zhou Shan was a little stunned, and said dully, yes, it is the Sunshine Orphanage. When the voice fell, Shangguan Yu's figure had disappeared into the office, leaving behind only a lingering faint fragrance. Worthy of being the special envoy of Shengjing University, just this tolerance and patience are already far ahead. Li Hai looked at the direction where Shangguan Yu disappeared, and murmured. ... Windy plains. In all directions of Qin Feng, the sound of howling wolves sounded at the same time. At the same time, hundreds of terrifying gray wolves, more than 2 meters high and 3 meters long, covered with gray hair, appeared in Qin Feng's sight. The moment these gray wolves saw Qin Feng, they bared their sharp fangs and charged towards Qin Feng at the same time. Qin Feng took 2 deep breaths, and said to Xiao Yan, who was hanging on his ear, Xiao Yan, I'm watching you. Yeah, if you dare to attack Brother Qin, let's see how Xiao Yan cleans them up. As soon as the words fell, Xiao Yan's body shone with a dazzling light, and his body became the size of a human in an instant. Immediately afterwards, in Xiao Yan's hand, a luminous giant sword that did not match her figure appeared. The giant sword was almost as big as half of Xiao Yan's body, and when Xiao Yan swung it lightly, it produced a whistling wind, blowing Qin Feng's hair into the wind. Following Xiao Yan's actions, a little bit of cold light also condensed on the tip of the giant sword. A terrifying storm composed of light spots instantly appeared in the direction of the sword tip. The storm is getting bigger and bigger, the speed of rotation is getting faster and faster, until the height exceeds 20 meters and the diameter range exceeds 5 meters. Call. Suddenly, the storm swept towards the direction of the gray wolves. When a gray wolf was more than 5 meters away from the storm, it was directly sucked in by the attraction generated by the storm. Then it was quickly swallowed by the light spots in the storm. In the blink of an eye, it completely disappeared, without even making a scream. This is too fierce. Qin Feng stared at the storm, opened his mouth wide, and looked very surprised. He thought that the skill of Holy Light Storm is very powerful. But I didn't expect it to be so powerful. Spike. The gray wolves almost didn't even have the strength to resist, and were instantly killed by the storm. Is this the power of angels? You know, Xiao Yan's level is only level 1. Hee hee. Xiao Yan smiled. This is nothing. Look at me, the storm is turning. After the words fell, the Holy Light Storm suddenly changed its direction and turned to the left. Once again, more than a dozen gray wolves were involved in the storm, and they were quickly killed in seconds. That's all. The Holy Light Storm kept moving in the direction Xiao Yan pointed at, rapidly harvesting the lives of gray wolves one after another. Half a minute later, the storm slowly dissipated. There was only one huge wolf with white hair left in the field. Wolf King, Black Iron level small boss. Now it's developed. Qin Feng shouted in surprise. White Wolf King, Black Iron level boss. Grade 13, Strength 32, Constitution 31, Dexterity 36, Spirit 28, Skills, Pounce, Bite, Rage. Under Qin Feng's identification technique, the attributes of the White Wolf King are clearly visible. After seeing the attributes of the White Wolf King, Qin Feng quickly stopped Xiao Yan, who was about to strike, and said with a smile. Xiao Yan, armed with angels, I will personally deal with this boss. Seeing Xiao Yan's wanton massacre, Qin Feng's heart was already itching unbearably. Although he is a summoner. But in Qin Feng's heart, there is an incomparable longing for fighting in person. He believes that only fighting like a warrior is what a real man should do, instead of relying entirely on his own summoned creatures. Hearing Qin Feng's words, Xiao Yan didn't have any objection, and after agreeing sweetly, he immediately turned into a ray of light, enchanting Qin Feng's weapon. Qin Feng originally inherited 1/10 of Xiao Yan's attributes. In addition, the weapon inherits 1/10 of the attributes. Let Qin Feng's attribute value. It reached a very terrifying level at once. The strength value has reached 36 points, and the rest of the attributes have also surpassed the White Wolf King, and the spiritual attribute is directly crushed. Little White Wolf, die for me. The super high attribute value gave Qin Feng incomparable confidence. He carried a dagger, directly and actively launched an attack on the White Wolf King. Bai Lang, who was still afraid of Xiao Yan, saw Xiao Yan suddenly disappear, and the fear in his heart receded a lot in an instant. The body that was running backwards slowly stopped suddenly, and after a roar, it also charged towards Qin Feng. Court death. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, and when he saw the White Wolf coming to slaughter, he moved his feet slightly to the side, and moved away 2 meters in an instant. Let the White Wolf's pounce go straight to the ground. At the same time, with a movement of Qin Feng's feet, his body approached the White Wolf again, and the sword light flashed past, directly cutting the White Wolf King's neck. Slap! The White Wolf King's head landed on the ground, and after rolling a few times, it was completely motionless. That's it, I thought it was amazing. Qin Feng almost yawned out of boredom. The attributes were crushed, and the intelligence of low-level creatures was not high. Qin Feng almost didn't use his strength, and the White Wolf King fell. At this time, a white light flew from the body of the White Wolf King, pouring into Qin Feng's body. Ding! Kill the White Wolf King and get 2000 experience points. Ding! Your level has been raised to level 11, and you have gained 5 free attribute points. Upgraded. Qin Feng was overjoyed. This upgrade efficiency is too fast. It's only been a day since the transfer ceremony, and it's been upgraded. What Qin Feng forgot is, he had just killed hundreds of prairie gray wolves by himself. Killed another small boss. If Xiao Yan hadn't divided his experience points, I'm afraid these experience points would be enough for him to advance 2 levels. Slap. But at this moment, another white light flashed from the body of the White Wolf King. Immediately afterwards, a treasure chest emitting black light slowly emerged. The box exploded. You're so lucky. Qin Feng looked at the treasure chest with surprise. In this world, only boss creatures can burst treasure chests. However, the probability of this is very small. For black iron level bosses, the probability of a treasure chest popping up is only about 1%. Qin Feng never thought that his luck would be so good. He stepped forward excitedly, picked up the treasure box, and used the identification technique. Black iron treasure chest. You can get black iron level equipment, skill books, and potions. I don't know what can be opened from this treasure chest. Qin Feng didn't think much. Opened the treasure chest directly. A gray light lit up. The treasure chest disappeared, and there was a long knife with a black handle and white blade in Qin Feng's hand. There were 3 rings hanging on the back of the long knife, which jingled. Very cool. The treasure chest was successfully opened, and the black iron equipment, the wolf sword, was obtained. Wolf sword. Grade. Black iron. Strength. +1-2. Constitution. +8. Agility. +1-1. Level. 10. Occupation. Warrior, Knight. It turned out to be the most difficult part of the weapon to open. Qin Feng surprises again. Everyone can equip 9 pieces of equipment including weapons, helmets, shoulder pads, armor, gauntlets, leg armor, boots, rings and necklaces. And these weapon parts have the greatest improvement in combat effectiveness. It is also the rarest part. Being able to directly open one of the most difficult weapon parts, the probability is no less than winning the 10,000 yuan grand prize in scratch games. But Qin Feng suddenly reacted. My profession is an angel summoner. Can it be equipped with warrior classes? Thinking of this, Qin Feng quickly opened the personal information panel. View the attribute information of the equipment column. Parts, weapons, types of equipment that can be equipped, staffs, spears, swords, knives. Logically speaking, summoners are actually a branch of magicians. The weapon that should be equipped is the staff. Is it because Xiao Yan's equipment is a giant sword, that I have the ability to equip warrior professional weapons? Although do not understand, but this does not affect the speed at which Qin Feng can equip the Shenglang sword. After equipping, Qin Feng couldn't put it down and swung the saber a few times. The saber jingled, leaving white scars in the void, extremely sharp. Nice needle. It's a good knife. Qin Feng was delighted. Then he put the novice dagger into his backpack, replaced the weapon with a sword, and after collecting the materials on the White Wolf King. So he continued to embark on the road of looking for Wang Chenghai. In the depths of the wild wind plain, in a dense jungle, a white light door 3 meters high and 2 meters wide floated in midair, exuding an intriguing dim light. Below the gate of light, 5 burly men in camouflage uniforms stood there. The leader among them was the Ironstone on the bus who promised to help Qin Feng find Wang Chenghai. The 4 people behind are also full members of Ironstone squad. One of the men with a scar on his face walked up to Taishi and said softly, "Boss, I think we don't have to wait for that brat, we might as well just go in and rescue Wang Chenghai." Sigh. Taishi sighed, I'm not waiting for that brat Qin Feng, but this secret realm. Even if our team enters, there is a great possibility that the entire army will be wiped out. After speaking, Taishi sent the secret information he had identified to the team channel. Secret realm, Mirkwood, recommended level 15 to 18. Difficulty, normal. Requirements for customs clearance. Kill the Lord Tauren King, bronze level boss. Description. In the dark jungle, there are cat demons and minotaur monsters. They are cruel by nature and they like human flesh and blood very much. When the members of Team Ironstone saw the dungeon information, they all took a breath of air. The recommended level of this secret realm is actually level 15 to 18. And the Lord is a bronze level boss creature. You must know that your level is only level 15. Except for the captain, we are all at level 12 or 13. With a team like ours, I'm afraid we can't even put monsters between their teeth, right? But this secret realm is obviously a secret realm that will be refreshed immediately. Once it is cleared by someone, it will disappear completely. Is it almost impossible for us to give up this? When hearing the following sentence, everyone was silent. This is like placing a huge golden mountain on the opposite side of the mountain of swords and sea of fire. In the end, he chose to risk his life and death to break through the barrier and obtain huge benefits. Or give up the secret realm, willing to become mediocre. I believe that everyone will have a different answer in their hearts. Tishi was obviously aware of this, and he said solemnly, I'm not old, I'm not young, and I'm alone, so I definitely won't miss such an opportunity. So I decided to break through. But I don't force you. If you choose to break through with me, you can raise your hand. If you give up, you don't need to do anything. Just stand where you are. Now, 3 seconds to think about. 3, 2, 1. The voice fell. The other 4 raised their hands together. Boss, we are all brothers, how can we bear to leave you alone to take risks? Yes, if you want to live together, you must die together. Brothers are of one heart, and their strength can cut through gold. The 4 team members laughed and said, okay, with you guys by my side, I don't believe there will be any difficulties. Tai Shi cheered. Then he took out his mobile phone and wanted to send Qin Feng a message, but after thinking about it, he finally gave up. If we don't come out after entering, then it's useless to tell Qin Feng. It's better to wait for us to clear the copy and rescue Wang Chenghai before contacting him. Thinking of this, a resolute look appeared on Tai Shi's face. He waved his hand, and said loudly, brothers, enter the copy. Brush. A few stern cold lights flickered, everyone pulled out their weapons, followed Tai Shi carefully, and entered the light gate. The light flickered, and several figures disappeared in an instant. Sign in location, Windy Plains 3940, 1934, sign in rewards 3 stars. Early the next morning, Qin Feng woke up from a tall tree, after seeing the system information. Immediately surprised. Good luck. The system's check-in location was swiped to the Gale Plain again. And it wasn't too far from Qin Feng's location. Although the reward is only 3 stars. But Qin Feng was still very happy. The rewards of the system cannot be thought of according to common sense. For Qin Feng at this stage, the 3-star reward can already be called a grand prize. Subsequently, Qin Feng jumped down from the tree trunk with excitement. After smashing the ground with 2 footprints, he left quickly without looking back. The coordinates are not too far from Qin Feng. After Qin Feng killed some blind monsters along the way. At noon, arrived at the check-in location. Qin Feng was very surprised. Because he found, where you signed in, it actually overlapped with a huge teleportation light gate. Once he walked to the sign-in location, he had to touch the teleportation light gate. This is too tricky. Is it because you want me to sign in after the light gate disappears after clearing the dungeon? Qin Feng was a little depressed. In fact, as early as when he arrived at the sign-in location. The teleportation light gate of the dungeon was discovered early. I had planned for a long time, and after the sign-in was completed, I smoothly cleared this dungeon, which was not too difficult. But unexpectedly, the system seems to be against him. The sign-in location coincides with the dungeon. It made Qin Feng's plan come to nothing. Too bad. After Qin Feng complained, then he poked lightly with his finger, Xiao Yan, who was still sleeping soundly, on his shoulder. Xiao Yan, don't sleep, get ready for the dungeon. Oh, Xiao Yan sat up, rubbed his eyes, and said sleepily, okay brother Qin, I'm ready. All is ready except for the opportunity. Qin Feng saw Xiao Yan sober. Then he took out the wolf sword and held it in his hand. Then he strode into the copy. The light flickered slightly. Qin Feng was teleported to a brand new space. It was Qin Feng's first time participating in a dungeon secret realm, so he was inevitably curious, so he took a closer look at the world of this secret realm. Here is a huge jungle. The tall and dense trees blocked the sunlight, so the whole forest looked very dark. Coupled with the bursts of stench in the air from time to time, it made people feel a very eerie feeling out of thin air. If ordinary people see this terrible scene, it is estimated that they will be directly frightened. Is this the Merc Forest? It really looks like that. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly and looked around. Ding! At this time, a prompt sound came from the personal information panel. You have entered a normal level secret dungeon, Mirkwood. Recommended level. Level 15. Clearance conditions. Kill the final boss, the Bullhead King, level 18 bronze boss. Current number of copies, 8 people. A bronze boss at level 18. Qin Feng nodded slightly. There are a few things. But not much. However, 8 people have already entered the dungeon, and obviously they should have entered for a while. If I want to get the final reward, it seems that I still have to speed up. Take 2 steps. Qin Feng suddenly thought of another possibility. Could it be that the reason why the Dean's grandfather lost contact was because he entered the dungeon? The Dean is a level 16 warrior class. When encountering this dungeon, it is not impossible to have the idea of fighting hard once. After all, his body can no longer support him to go out for a long time to kill monsters and collect materials to make money. It is not impossible to take the risk to kill the Tauren King and get the bronze treasure chest. Thinking of this, Qin Feng silently quickened his pace. Grandpa Dean, wait for me. Qin Feng clenched the saber in his hand and rushed forward. After traveling about 200 meters, a meow meow sound came from the front. This voice is definitely very cute if it sounds normal. But now with this gloomy environment, it sounds extraordinarily terrifying. Even the fine hair on Qin Feng's back stood upside down, and a layer of goosebumps formed on the surface of his skin. Monsters are just monsters, why are they so scary? Qin Feng complained, and after taking 2 deep breaths, he sneaked towards the direction of the sound. In a minute, Qin Feng pushed aside a bunch of grass in front of him that blocked his view. The scene in the arena was exposed to Qin Feng's vision. A dark blue cat demon, about the size of a leopard, was gnawing on something with its head down. They raised their heads from time to time, looking around vigilantly with their scarlet eyes. It looked both bloodthirsty and terrifying. Qin Feng took 2 deep breaths, and threw the probing technique on them. Shadow Cat Demon, Ordinary Monster. Level, 15. Strength, 25. Constitution, 27. Agility, 34. Spirit, 18. Skill, Ferocity Active Skill, increase agility and strength by 30%. Bloodthirsty Pounce Active Skill, pounce into the air, use sharp claws to quickly strike the enemy twice. The attribute of the cat demon is not too high, not even comparable to the White Wolf King. The only troublesome thing is, this group of cat demons also lived in groups. Qin Feng looked at it like this. It was estimated that there were more than a dozen cat demons squatting there, gnawing on their bodies with their heads down, dyeing their paws and mouths blood red. However, after Qin Feng obtained Xiao Yan, he also obtained the Kanglang sword. The attribute value has directly crushed these level 15 cat demons. So, I don't intend to hesitate. Holding the saber directly, he got out of the bushes. Xiao Yan, armed with angels. While Qin Feng growled, he rushed directly towards a cat demon nearby. Cat demons are bloodthirsty and warlike creatures, and they are very easy to fall into a state of rage. They saw a human rushing out of the grass. They all raised their heads one after another, gave up the food in their mouths, stepped forward with their slender limbs, and attacked Qin Feng with their bodies like ghosts. Call, call, call. The agility attribute of the cat demon is very high, and in the process of running, there was a whistling sound of rubbing against the air. Just for an instant, the cat demon closest to Qin Feng had rushed to a position less than 5 meters away from him, then slightly bent its hind legs, and ejected its body directly into the air. Stretched out its sharp and slender claws, and rushed towards Qin Feng directly. Well done. With a low shout, Qin Feng slashed the saber in his hand at the cat demon. Ah, ah, the cat demon screamed. It wanted to escape, but its body was already in the air, unable to move around. I can only watch helplessly as the blade gets bigger and bigger in my eyes. Pooh, the wolf's sword first cut off the cat demon's claws, and then passed everything over its chest. Blood rushes. The saber cut the cat demon's body in half from the middle. Aim, woo. The cat demon let out a miserable cry, and then the body fell to the ground, completely dead. Ding, you killed the Shadow Cat Demon, level 15 ordinary monster, and you will be rewarded with 400 experience points. Ha, Qin Feng was pleasantly surprised. It is worthy of being a monster in the dungeon. The experience value provided is actually very impressive. Killing 5 cat demons can almost catch up with a small white wolf king boss. Hey hey. Qin Feng stared at the cat monsters charging all around him, the longing in his eyes almost overflowed. It's like a beggar who hasn't eaten for 3 days sees a table full of Chinese people. Brush, brush, brush. For a while, the entire Mirkwood was almost illuminated by the flickering knife light. Meow, meow. One cat demon after another uttered miserable screams and fell down. Soon, the number of cat demons has decreased at a speed visible to the naked eye, and only a few sporadic ones remain. And these few seem to be scared by Qin Feng's killing. Unexpectedly, they stopped in their tracks. After acquaintance, Chi turned around, fleeing towards the distant jungle. Fast in stature, it was far faster than the speed at which they rushed towards Qin Feng, as if wishing that they didn't have a few more legs. Want to run? How can it be so easy? Qin Feng smiled coldly. Xiao Yan, kill them all. Xiao Yan received it. Xiao Yan replied sweetly, then changed back from the enchanted state to a human form, fluttered her white wings, and chased him out. My fighting skills are a big problem. Qin Feng, who was standing there, looked at the scars on his body and murmured. Although my attributes are stronger, my combat skills have not improved. It seems that in a short period of time, if there is no danger that I can't handle, I still need to reduce the number of shots Xiao Yan takes. Otherwise, with only attributes and no corresponding combat ability, it is just a chicken and a dog. Not for a while. Xiao Yan flapped his wings and flew back to Qin Feng. Ha, Xiao Yan, you have finally leveled up. Qin Feng looked at Xiao Yan and exclaimed. In the field of vision, Xiao Yan's level has been raised to level 2, and his attribute value has also been improved again. Holy Angel, Kahiko. Grade. First grade Angel. Level 2. Strength 144. Constitution 166. Speed 157. Spirit 239. Skill Holy Radiance Passive LV1. Holy Angels are born with affinity for light attributes. While being immune to light attribute attacks, they increase the damage of light attributes by 100%, damage to demons and corpses is doubled. Purification Active LV1. Remove all control effects and debuff effects on self and the host, and will not be subject to control effects again for the next minute. Holy Light Storm Active LV1. Summons a holy light storm in the designated area, causing high damage light attribute attacks. Holy Slash Active LV1. Flash forward for a certain distance, and use the lightsaber to slash the enemy. This skill ignores 30% of the enemy's defense effect. Angel Armed Active LV1. Part, weapon transform into armed state, and merge into the host's weapon. After fusion, the blade will inherit 10% of the angel's attribute value. The attributes of strength, agility, and constitution have all increased by 10 points. And the spiritual attribute has increased by 20 points. Calculated in this way, Xiao Yan's attribute points for upgrading are 50 points. Qin Feng was a little stunned to know human beings get only 5 attribute points when they level up. But Xiao Yan turned out to be 50 points, fully 10 times that of humans. Upgrading to 1 level is comparable to other people's upgrading to 10 levels. How can this be compared? It's just crushing. At the same time, Qin Feng discovered that after Xiao Yan's upgrade, his attribute value also got a corresponding increase. The happy Qin Feng can't wait to go up and kiss Xiao Yan and his wife. But looking at Xiao Yan's innocent eyes, Qin Feng still temporarily gave up on this idea. By the way, Xiao Yan. Qin Feng looked at Xiao Yan. What's the matter with you, a first-order angel? Could it be that you can still advance? Qin Feng wanted to ask this question a long time ago. He is also very curious about the way angels progress. Just taking advantage of Xiao Yan's way of upgrading, I asked, so I had to prepare early. That's the brother. Xiao Yan smiled. The angel family is divided into 3 major levels. They are upper level, middle level, and lower level. Each large grade is divided into 3 small grades. Now I am in the first level of the lower level, called Angel, the second level is called Archangel, and the third level is called Quan Angel. Every time you go up to 10 levels, you can automatically increase 1 level. After upgrading, the skills will be upgraded automatically. Moreover, After upgrading, the attribute points obtained by upgrading again will also become more. Hear Xiao Yan's explanation. Qin Feng understood. The angel family is divided into 3 levels and 9 levels. Xiao Yan is now at the angel level. After reaching the 10th level, it will automatically advance to the archangel rank. Skills will be strengthened, and the upgraded attribute points will become more. This level up of 50 attribute points is crazy enough, I didn't expect it to be more. Qin Feng was dumbfounded. Humans can only change jobs again every 20th level, while the angel family can be promoted by a level without 10th level. Also, angels seem to be promoted more aggressively than human beings, and they add more attributes. This angel family is too aggressive. Fortunately, Xiao Yan is my summoner, otherwise, I would really be desperate to meet such an enemy. But the only problem is that Xiao Yan needs much more experience to level up than I need to level up. It seems that I need to take Xiao Yan to download more dungeons, and try to let her be promoted to the rank of Archangel before the college entrance examination. By that time, which provincial champion will be within reach? When thinking of this, Qin Feng slapped his thigh violently. In order to find Grandpa, find the check-in coordinates. Did you let the principal's pigeons go? This. It shouldn't be a big problem. At worst, just make up for the headmaster's provincial champion. Well, it's such a happy decision. Outside world. Windy Plains, a copy of the portal. Shengguan Yu came here. Auntie Li from the orphanage said that Qin Feng came to the Wildwind Plain in order to find Grandpa. After searching around, only this dungeon secret realm that appeared randomly has not been searched for. It's quite possible for Wang Chenghai to go in, but is it possible for Qin Feng, a young guy who just changed jobs? Shengguan Yu thought about it, but decided to continue to take a look. Anyway, for Qin Feng, I have already spent so much effort, so it's okay to go in and have a look. What's more, Wang Chenghai has been in for so long and hasn't come out, so he is probably trapped inside. If I can rescue him, maybe I can gain some favor from Qin Feng. Qin Feng, I hope your career will not disappoint me. With a murmur, Shengguan Yu also directly entered the dungeon's secret realm. With the continuous deepening, the level of monsters is getting higher and higher. After Qin Feng beheaded the last level 16 cat demon, he let out a long breath. Then he leaned against a big tree and took a rest. From Qin Feng to enter the copy, 3 hours have passed. During this period, he met the level of monsters. It has also risen from level 15 to level 16, and there are also level 17 monsters appearing. Certainly, as the monster level increases, Qin Feng's experience points also increase accordingly. Now, his experience value has reached 95% of level 11. You only need to kill 2 more waves of cat monsters to upgrade. At the same time, Xiao Yan is not too far away from the 3rd level goal, which is about the same as the experience value Qin Feng needs to level up. After reading the data, Qin Feng exited the personal information panel. At this moment, his expression changed slightly, and he looked up in a certain direction. Shashisha. The sound of rubbing leaves through the jungle came from that direction, and at the same time, a faint smell of blood lingered on the tip of his nose. And the sound is getting louder and the smell is getting stronger. Could it be that some injured beast is approaching here? As soon as this thought arose, a black cat demon king, whose body was twice the size of an ordinary cat demon, suddenly sprang out from the jungle on Qin Feng's side. The moment the Elvis king sprang out, there were also several calling voices from the jungle behind him. Don't let him run away. Run after him. 3rd brother, hurry up and shoot the arrows. Are you an archer? Do you eat shit? Hurry up, kill this bronze boss, and our team will flourish. Don't worry, boss, the cat demon's hind legs have been injured, and he won't be able to run far. Walk. As soon as the voice fell, several burly men rushed out from the bushes following Elvis King. The moment I saw a figure, Qin Feng stood up immediately. Uncle Tishi. Why are you here? Qin Feng. Tai Shi was also stunned for a moment, and then hurriedly greeted, Qin Feng, get out of the way. You are not the opponent of Elvis King. Elvis. Qin Feng was shocked. Sure enough, I found that the Elvis King was running wildly in his direction. Qin Feng's eyes narrowed slightly, and an identification technique hit the body of Elvis King. Properties are immediately visible. Elvis King, Bronze Boss. Grade. 17. Strength, 43. Constitution, 45. Agility, 54. Spirit, 38. Skill, ferocity active skill, increase agility and strength by 30%. Bloodthirsty pounce active skill, pounce into the air, use sharp claws to quickly strike the enemy twice. Toxic claws passive skill, Elvis King's claws are highly poisonous, after being scratched, the wound will quickly rot and fester. Just in time. But does this count as robbing Uncle Tishi? Wouldn't that be bad? Just when Qin Feng was so dazed. Brush, brush. The sound of piercing the sky came, and Elvis King had already rushed to a distance less than 3 meters away from Qin Feng, then leapt suddenly and rushed directly towards Qin Feng. Court death. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, not thinking too much. He drew the saber directly from his waist, and slashed towards Elvis King. Ding! The saber slashed on Elvis King's sharp claws, just like slashing on hard metal, and at the same time it made a crisp sound, a brilliant spark burst out. What a powerful force! Without angel armament, I'm still at a disadvantage. Qin Feng was hit by a huge force and took 5 steps back in a row before stabilizing his body. Meow! Just as he was adjusting his balance, Elvis King had already rushed towards him again. Xiao Yan! At the critical moment, Qin Feng let out a low shout, and Xiao Yan suddenly turned into light, enchanting the sword. Qin Feng only felt that his strength had suddenly increased a lot. Holy light slash. The wolf's saber suddenly burst out with a dazzling holy light, and slashed fiercely at the Elvis King again. Pooh! With a flash of the holy light, a terrifying knife mark appeared on Elvis King's chest, and the knife mark also burst into dazzling light. Melted the blood in Elvis King's body. Then the holy light spread to Elvis King's entire body, completely covering its body. Aim! Ah! Amidst the screams, Elvis King's entire body was melted into ashes by the holy light, not even a single hair remained. Subsequently, clap! A treasure chest emitting blue light fell from the void to the ground. At the same time, a crisp reminder also came from Qin Feng's system panel. Ding! You killed the Elvis King level 16 bronze boss and gained 5,000 experience points. Your level has been raised to level 12 and you have gained 5 free attribute points. Ding! Your angel Xiao Yan, the level has been raised to level 3. 2 gorgeous rays of light landed on Qin Feng and Xiao Yan. Level 12. Cool. Killing boss level creatures will give you a lot of experience points. Qin Feng laughed out loud. And the Ironstone team who saw this scene were all dumbfounded. He forgot to run, and stopped in place blankly, his pupils constricted, and he was extremely shocked. This kid killed Elvis King in 2 hits. It took us a lot of effort to injure one of Elvis King's legs. As a result, Qin Feng, this kid, took 2 hits in seconds. Is he so perverted? Qin Feng just changed his job. Dogs don't believe it. This strength must be at least level 20. Tishi also stared blankly at this scene. It's no wonder this kid dared to come to Blast Plain to look for Wang Chenghai alone. With this strength, he can almost walk sideways in Blast Plain. At this time, a hesitant voice came. Boss, but this Elvis King is the prey we have been chasing, and we almost succeeded. But Qin Feng cut off his beard suddenly. This is a broken rule. Freeze said. Tishi turned his head and glared at the second child. Didn't you see the explosive speed at which the Elvis King attacked Qin Feng? I guess it wasn't hurt at all. It's been teasing us all the time. Otherwise, Elvis King attacks us with the speed of attacking Qin Feng. Who of you can stop its attack except me? But boss, it's all your guess. The second child scratched his head. I can see that Elvis King's hind legs are already bleeding. Besides, if he wants to play with us, there must be a reason. It can't be because of boredom. Yeah, boss, my arrow clearly hit the back leg of Elvis King. It must have been injured, and then ran away when it saw how many of us there were and didn't dare to fight us. The third child was an archer, and said, as long as we keep chasing, Elvis King will lose the power to resist sooner or later due to excessive blood loss. While speaking, the third child was still staring at the bronze treasure chest. That's a bronze treasure chest. That's right, boss, Qin Feng cut off his beard just like that. We don't accept it. Several other people also said one after another. Qin Feng is here, shut up. Tai Shi snorted coldly. Looking at Qin Feng who was slowly walking towards him with a suitcase, he smiled and said. Qin Feng, you did a great job. I didn't expect you to be so powerful that you could instantly kill the Elvis King. Hear Tishi's praise. Qin Feng scratched his head in embarrassment, and smiled. Uncle Tishi, you're flattering me. I'm just lucky. If you didn't injure the hind leg of Elvis King, I wouldn't be able to kill it so easily. The reason why Qin Feng said that was because he didn't want to steal the treasure chest all by himself. First, his impression of Ironstone is still very good. Tai Shi had never met him before, so he was very enthusiastic to help him find Wang Chenghai. In this matter, Qin Feng actually owed Tai Shi a small favor. Secondly, Qin Feng also knew that by beheading the Elvis King of Team Ironstone, he had indeed broken the rules to a certain extent. Besides, it's just a bronze treasure chest. Qin Feng believed that with the strength of himself and Xiao Yan, it would not be difficult to obtain the bronze treasure chest, so there was no need to rob it with Tishi and the others. Thinking of this, Qin Feng handed over the box in his hand and said, Uncle Tishi, you guys should keep this box. Hey, Tai Shi quickly pushed the box back. We dare not take this box away. We didn't do anything at all, so you better put it away. Uncle Ironstone. When Qin Feng was about to say something more. Meow, meow. The shrill and terrifying roars came from all directions, and the sounds were connected into one, deafening, shaking the leaves from the trees. Tai Shi's face changed suddenly, and his voice trembled a little. I just said how this Elvis King is going around in circles with us. It turns out that he wants to lure us into its lair, and then kill us all. Listen to the voice. I'm afraid we are already surrounded by hundreds of cat demons. Now we're in big trouble. After taking a few deep breaths, Tishi regained his composure. Squad Ironstone, prepare for battle. The 2nd, 5th, and I are at the front, and the 3rd and 4th are long distance, and you are in the middle of the team for output. Without saying a word, the 2nd child of the knight and the 5th child of the warrior turned around, raised their shields and weapons, and surrounded the 3rd and 4th children in the center of the team. At the same time, on the surrounding tree trunks and in the dense forest, pairs of scarlet and bloodthirsty eyes appeared, staring at the few people firmly. Then, cat demons the size of leopards slowly revealed their figures. Qin Feng took a glance, and saw that in the cat demon team, there was also a mutant species with a high level, the Screaming Cat Demon. Screaming Cat Demon, Elite Monster Beast. Grade, 17. Strength, 26. Constitution, 23. Agility, 42. Spirit, 45. Skill, Scream of Fear. Active skill, making a cry of fear, reducing all attributes of the enemy by 10%. There is a 10% chance that the target will fall into the fear effect. The higher the mental attribute, the lower the probability. Fear, if you are afraid and lose the power to fight, all attributes will drop by an additional 50%. Good guy. After seeing the skills of the Screaming Cat Demon, Qin Feng was slightly surprised. Terrifying debuff skills. Reducing all attributes by 10% is crazy enough. Unexpectedly, there is still a 10% chance of falling into the fear effect. Losing 50% of its combat power is no different from being directly abolished. And there are so many Screaming Cat Demons. If a cat uses a skill once, I am afraid that everyone present will fall into the fear effect. Obviously, the members of Team Ironstone also saw the skills of the Screaming Cat Demon. His face turned green. Before being frightened, he became very frightened and couldn't speak clearly. Team, Captain, what to do? This skill is too perverted. Captain, I don't want to die, my new wife. I haven't enjoyed enough yet. Captain, I don't want to die either. I have an 80-year-old mother waiting for me to take care of me. Ironstone sighed heavily. It's all my fault. If I hadn't pulled you into the dungeon, I'm afraid we wouldn't have fallen into this situation. Captain, it's my fault. The 3rd child said, if I hadn't said that I shot the Elvis King's hind leg, I wouldn't have fallen into the Elvis King's trap. It's all my fault for being too greedy. I was blinded by the bronze treasure chest. Speaking of this, the 3rd child was about to cry and looked at Qin Feng. Brother Qin Feng, I also want to apologize to you. I shouldn't question you. This treasure chest should belong to you. And it also put you in a situation where you must die. Alas, I will only make it up to you in my next life. Hearing what the 3rd child said, the rest of the people also said one after another. I'm sorry, Brother Qin Feng. Brother Qin, I'm sorry. Quote. Why did you suddenly apologize? Why did you suddenly say your last words? Everyone in Qin Feng was dumbfounded. He touched his nose, looked at everyone, and said, "Who said we're going to die? Isn't it just a few hundred cat demons? That can't be solved easily." Tai Shi was stunned for a moment, then turned his head to look at Qin Feng. "What did you say?" The other 4 team members also rubbed their ears and looked over. Qin Feng cleared his throat, and said loudly, "I said, there are only a few hundred cat demons in the area, don't be so desperate, I will kill them all later." Qin Feng has seen Xiao Yan's Holy Light Storm skill. The scene of the Holy Light Storm killing hundreds of grey wolves is still vivid in my memory. Now, it's just that the grey wolf has been replaced by a cat demon. Although the attributes of the cat demon are much stronger than that of the grey wolf. But as soon as Xiao Yan's level was raised to level 3, his attributes and skills were enhanced a lot. It shouldn't be a problem to kill these cat monsters in seconds. Brother Qin Feng, are you confused with a fever? These are hundreds of cat demons. You just killed them. Yes, Brother Qin Feng, do you think we are too pessimistic, so tell us a joke to brighten the atmosphere. Don't worry, although we are desperate, we will fight with all our strength and will not give up easily. Only Tishi's eyes narrowed slightly, remembering the scene where Qin Feng was the Elvis King in an instant, and asked in surprise. Qin Feng, are you serious? Can you really kill these beasts? Don't worry, Uncle Tishi. Qin Feng nodded. At this time, can I still lie to you? Leave it to us. The moment the voice fell, the cat demons also launched an attack simultaneously. Brush, brush, brush. Like cheetahs, the shadow cat demons rushed towards several people at high speed. Meow, meow. The screaming cat demon let out ear-piercing roars on the spot, and the sound became a wave shape, which was transmitted to everyone's ears. Ding, you are affected by the fierce scream skill, and all attributes have dropped by 10%. Ding, you have been affected by fear, and all attributes have dropped by 50%. Qin Feng only felt a great terror enveloped himself. I feel very scared for no reason. At the same time, his body seemed to be covered with a layer of weakness buff, and he was so weak that he could hardly even hold the wolf sword. Tishi's spiritual attributes should be lower than Qin Feng's, so the effect of fear is more severe. Clang clang clang. The weapon actually dropped from his hand and landed on the ground, losing the courage to resist. He could only watch the cat demon grow bigger and bigger in his eyes, but there was nothing he could do. Xiao Yan. Qin Feng knew that he couldn't wait any longer, so he summoned Xiao Yan after exhausting his strength. Woohoo! Xiao Yan is here. A dazzling light flashed from the wolf's saber. Xiao Yan broke away from the enchantment effect and retransformed into an angel form. Purification. Xiao Yan's small, white and flawless hands gently touched Qin Feng's forehead. Qin Feng only felt that his mind became extremely clear in an instant, the effect of fear disappeared, and the effect of the skill scream of fear also disappeared. Qin Feng regained his strength. Good job. Qin Feng praised. Let's clean up these ugly monsters together. Holy Light Storm. A light and gentle voice sounded, and a terrifying storm of light spots appeared in the field instantly. The storm moved rapidly following the direction Xiao Yan pointed at. The cat demons that had rushed to the vicinity one by one were swept in. Meow. The cat demon couldn't bear the terrifying energy of the Holy Light Storm at all, and was directly torn into countless pieces by the storm. Subsequently, the flesh and blood fragments were directly purified and melted by the energy of the Holy Light, and then completely disappeared between the heaven and the earth, as if they had never appeared before. That's all. The storm of Holy Light swept across the group of cat monsters wantonly, turning the area around everyone into a vacuum. Where the storm went, even the flowers, plants and trees were all purified by the holy light and disappeared, leaving bare land. It can be said that once the storm is over, no grass will grow. Immediately afterwards, as the cat monsters near everyone were killed, the storm continued to sweep towards the cat monsters in the distance. Wow, the cat demon in the jungle in the distance is lagging for a second. It receded quickly like the ebb tide of the sea. No, more precisely, it should be fleeing to the distance like flying. They were terrified of this terrible storm. I was afraid that if I escaped later, I would be torn into pieces by the storm. How could Xiao Yan easily let go of these movable experience points? Brush, With a slight wave of the wings, the whole person is like an arrow that leaves the string, chasing it out. A cat demon that moves on its limbs. How could the speed be comparable to Xiao Yan with wings? In the blink of an eye, Xiao Yan appeared behind a screaming cat demon. Brush. A gorgeous sword light flashed across, and directly chopped the cat demon into 2 pieces. Then Xiao Yan didn't even look at it, and chased after the next cat demon. Soon, it disappeared from Qin Feng's field of vision. At this time, Ironstone and the others also escaped from the effect of fear. One after another looked at Qin Feng in surprise, curiosity, or horror. What kind of creature is this? Hundreds of cat demons, one skill can kill them instantly. Is this a human? A human with wings? Even if you are a mage with rank 2 or above, you can't do it at all, right? Isn't this too perverted? Shocked my mother for a whole year. At this time, slap, Tai Shi trembled and knelt down directly in Qin Feng's direction. Brother Qin, if it weren't for you, I'm afraid our brothers would be killed here. I will never forget this kind of kindness. Brother Qin, if you need anything in the future, just tell our Ironstone team, even if it is going up the mountain of swords or down into the sea of fire, we will not hesitate. Follow closely. The 4 team members behind him also knelt down and saluted Qin Feng. Qin Feng quickly dodged to the side, avoiding the crowd's kneeling. He is an 18-year-old boy, and Tai Shi and others are all in their 40s, so they can be regarded as his elders. Qin Feng didn't dare to accept the elder's salute, it would shorten his life. Uncle Tishi, get up quickly, you're really pissing me off like this. If you really want to thank me, you can help me find the dean's grandfather together. There is strength in numbers. Yes. Tai Shi nodded again and again, then stood up, picked up the treasure box on the ground and handed it to Qin Feng. Brother Qin, we have no face to accept this treasure box anyway, you should take it quickly. Then I won't be polite. Qin Feng nodded, just when he was about to take the treasure box. Meow, a shrill roar came from the side. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. Are there still beasts who don't open their eyes? Chapter 21. Qin Feng turned his head sideways and looked in the direction of the voice. Really? Watching Xiao Yan disappear, a cat demon went back and tried to attack Qin Feng and the others again. The speed of this cat demon is fast. The moment the call sounded, brush, he had already rushed to a place less than 10 meters away from Qin Feng, then exerted force with his hind legs, jumped into the air, and rushed towards Qin Feng. Evil animal, court death. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, and raised his saber. In the end, there were bursts of words, and a burst of wonderful and complicated incantations were uttered. Explosive orb. Words fall. A sphere of holy light the size of a human head appeared out of thin air above the cat demon's head, and then fell down like a shooting star. Boom. The magic ball exploded directly on top of the cat demon's head. Directly blast the cat demon's head into pieces. Pooh. Blood spurted out like a fountain, and its body lost the power to charge forward, and fell to the ground with a thud. Gliding to the feet of everyone, and then slowly stopped. Tai Shi and the others looked at the cat demon's body, a little dazed. He opened his eyes wide and stood there blankly. Isn't Brother Qin a warrior profession? The second child remembered the scene where Qin Feng killed the Elvis King just now, and asked suspiciously. Didn't Qin Feng use a knife? Now that he has come up with a mage's magic ball skill, what's going on? Dual cultivation of magic and martial arts. Is there a profession in this world that can cultivate both magic and martial arts? The second child felt that his head was not enough. That's right, when Brother Qin killed the Elvis King, he obviously used a sword. That's right, I'm not mistaken, the skill used is also a warrior's slashing skill. What's the situation? Everyone was a little dazed, and looked at Qin Feng with doubts on their faces. Qin Feng rubbed his nose, also a little dumbfounded, and said, I'm not a warrior or a mage, I'm a summoner. Didn't you see it when I summoned Xiao Yan? That beautiful woman with wings is my summoned creature. Quote. Hearing Qin Feng's words, a row of question marks floated over the heads of the Ironstone team. Which summoner profession has both fighter skills and mage skills? Shouldn't the summoner's skills only be summoned creatures, and auxiliary skills that strengthen the attributes of summoned creatures? And, you, a summoner, killed an Elvis King in seconds with a sword. Is this reasonable? Several of our 14th and 5th level warrior professions have not been able to do it. You a summoner. The few members of the Ironstone team feel that they are not very good. Qin Feng looked at everyone's expressions and pondered for a while. Why don't you tell them that I still have the healing skills of a priest? If I tell them, I'm afraid their hearts won't be able to bear it. It's also a pity that Tishi didn't know Qin Feng's inner thoughts. Otherwise, he would have to be directly shocked and fainted. As a summoner, you have all the skills of warrior, mage, and priest. Don't call your profession a hidden profession, just call it a priesthood. It's too perverted, too crazy, not far from everyone, on a tall tree trunk. The same was true for Shangguan Yu, who opened his mouth wide and looked extremely surprised. Since the group of cat monsters surrounded several people, Shangguan Yu was already standing there. Her original thought was, test Qin Feng's career potential. Then when Qin Feng and the others couldn't hold on anymore, rescue again. This is a good way to test out the value of Qin Feng's cultivation, and to gain a wave of Qin Feng's favorability, which can be said to kill two birds with one stone. But it didn't occur to me at all. Qin Feng first summoned a beautiful woman who was so beautiful that she felt a little ashamed of herself. You know, Shangguan Yu is also a big beauty at the school bell level in Shengjing University. Those who pursued her would probably be able to make a complete circle around Shengjing City. Moreover, Shangguan Yu is also extremely confident in her appearance, thinking that she is an extremely beautiful woman, and she is definitely at the top level in the whole summer. But the moment I saw Xiao Yan, Shangguan Yu's heart first had a strong sense of amazement, and then felt ashamed. The two are not on the same level at all, and they cannot be compared at all. Next, what shocked Shangguan Yu even more was that this big beauty actually killed all the cat demons with a direct skill. Shangguan Yu took a look at her own strength. At level 30, a second-rank elemental archer, she thought that she would never be able to reach this level. It would take her more than 15 seconds to kill these cat monsters. And Xiao Yan took less than 5 seconds. But after investigation, Shangguan Yu knew that Xiao Yan's level was only level 3, which was better than her second-rank hidden profession. Shangguan Yu didn't understand. At last, it is the combat power shown by Qin Feng. It was also beyond her imagination. Magic ball, super high physical fitness. All of them shocked her somewhat fragile nerves. That's all. Shangguan Yu opened her small mouth almost unconsciously, and finished watching the normal battle with a dull expression. Then she reacted abruptly. Didn't I want to save Qin Feng and gain favorability? How do you feel that you have been brushed off by Qin Feng instead? Although Shangguan Yu didn't want to, she had to admit that she had developed a great interest in Qin Feng. At the same time, she also decided that no matter how much it cost, she would turn Qin Feng, a pervert, into her apprentice. We must pull him into Shengjing University. Shangguan Yu waved her powder fist, her expression extremely firm. Brother Qin, don't refuse, open the treasure chest quickly. Tai Shi looked at Qin Feng and said, okay then, Uncle Tishi, I won't be polite. Qin Feng knew that no matter how humble he was, these uncles would not accept this treasure box. He no longer declined. Put your hand directly on the treasure chest. Brush. A gorgeous light flashed. The treasure chest opened in response. A pitch-black armor appeared in everyone's sight. Qin Feng hastily threw an identification technique in the past. The attributes of the armor emerged. Safari armor, Safari suit 1/3. Grade, bronze. Grade, 13. Strength, +1 4. Constitution, +2 1. Dexterity, +5. Category, light armor equipable. Safari suit, 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. After seeing the properties of the armor, Qin Feng was very pleasantly surprised. It is worthy of bronze equipment. The 2 attributes of strength and constitution are very high, almost surpassing the wolf's sword. And this armor is also a suit of equipment. As long as Qin Feng collects 2 pieces of Safari equipment again, the attributes of the suit can be successfully activated, increasing the agility attribute by 5%. Not much, but better than nothing. The only fly in the ointment is that Qin Feng's level is only level 12, so he can't equip this piece of equipment yet. Qin Feng, you're lucky. If this armor is put on the market, it will be worth at least 200,000 common coins. Tishi said with envy. If the 3-piece set can be assembled, the value can be increased by at least half, and the 3-piece set can be sold for at least 1 million common coins. Yes, Qin Feng, congratulations. You have gained a good piece of equipment. Congratulations. The rest of the people also sincerely congratulated. I was able to get this piece of equipment, and everyone has credit for it. Qin Feng smiled. Well, how about I form a team with everyone, and take everyone to upgrade, and it can be regarded as making up for everyone. Okay, Brother Qin is really loyal. Tai Shi patted Qin Feng on the shoulder, very happy. Led by Qin Feng, clearing this copy is a no-brainer. They can also follow behind to gain experience points. It was a worthwhile trip. Subsequently, Tishi then pulled Qin Feng into his team. After waiting for a while, Xiao Yan, who was chasing and killing the cat demon, flapped his wings from a distance and returned to the front of the crowd. A few members of Team Ironstone. It is inevitable that there will be another feeling of surprise in my heart. But there is no blasphemous thought in my heart. Xiao Yan is like a goddess in the sky, she can only watch from a distance but not play with it, and Xiao Yan saved several lives. Therefore, the few people were extremely respectful to Xiao Yan, and they almost wanted to confess her as a god. That is Qin Feng carelessly. The brothers seemed to put their arms around Xiao Yan, and said with a smile. How about it, all those beasts were killed. Xiao Yan didn't have any resistance to Qin Feng's intimate actions, on the contrary, he seemed to enjoy it very much. After rubbing Qin Feng's arm with his delicate little head, he said. Well, those ugly guys actually want to attack Brother Qin, Xiao Yan will naturally not let them go. Good job. Qin Feng scratched Xiao Yan's pretty nose and praised him. Then Qin Feng looked at everyone and said with a smile. Uncle Tishi, let's move on. We should have passed the territory of the cat demon, and the next step is the territory of the bullhead king. Yeah, Tai Shi nodded again and turned around to ask, everyone cheer up and move on. Everyone also nodded, picked up their equipment again, and after sorting it out, followed Tai Shi and Qin Feng to move forward. Sure enough, it did not meet Qin Feng's expectations. Qin Feng and the others marched for nearly an hour. I didn't meet any cat demon again. It seems that either they were all killed, or those who were killed were afraid and did not dare to approach easily. Everyone moved forward for another half an hour. A place similar to a human village appeared in everyone's sight. However, this village is obviously different from a human village. That's because the village is too big, even Qin Feng can't see the whole village clearly from a high place. And the houses in this village are also too big. The height of the houses is almost more than 5 meters, and the floor area has reached more than 200 square meters. It can be seen that the monsters living in it should be of a very large type. Will Grandpa Dean be here? Qin Feng sighed, and then jumped down from the tree trunk. I briefly explained what I found with a few people. Brother Qin, what are your plans? Tai Shi pondered for a moment before asking, should we lure them out and kill them one by one, or should we sneak in and break them down one by one? Before we see the attributes of the Tauren, we should be more careful. Qin Feng thought for a while and said. In fact, the main reason. It was Qin Feng who was worried that Wang Chenghai was inside. Once a large-scale riot is caused, I'm afraid it will put Wang Chenghai in some dangerous situation. Yeah, Tai Shi nodded, then let's sneak in. Qin Feng was about to nod his head in agreement. Moo, moo. In the depths of the village, a deafening roar suddenly sounded. It broke the sky. Immediately afterwards, Qin Feng and the others saw it immediately. A Tauren with a dark red body, about 4 or 5 meters tall, standing in the shape of a human, got out of the house. They observed the direction of the sound, and then raised their axes and maces one after another. Howling, launched an impact in the direction of the sound. Like the tide, the mighty, huge body ran wantonly, and the ground felt like an earthquake. Plans are not as fast as changes. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. It seems that someone has reached the depths of the tribe and is fighting the Tauren king. We have to move faster. Now that a decision has been made, the people will no longer hide. Straight out of the woods. Following behind the Tauren, they also rushed towards the depths of the village. During the charge, Qin Feng also observed the Tauren's attributes with appraisal. Battle Axe Tauren, Elite Monster Beast. Grade 17. Strength 42. Constitution 45. Speed 34. Spirit. 23. Skills. War Stomp, Death Charge, Axe Slash. Iron Armored Tauren Elite Monster Beast. Grade. 17. Strength. 37. Constitution. 54. Speed. 32. Spirit. 26. Skills. Charge, Taunt. Battle Drum Tauren Elite Monster Beast. Grade. 18. Strength. 28. Constitution. 34. Speed. 38. Spirit. 55. Skill. Encouragement Active Skill, Beat the Drum, increase the strength attribute of all Tauren within 50 meters by 30%. Drum Shock Active Skill, Beat the Drum, emit a sonic attack, weaken all attributes of the enemy by 10%, and have a 10% chance to stun the enemy for 1 second. Good guy. What a perfect lineup. The front row, fighters, and support are all there. Coupled with this huge number, even if they are put directly on the battlefield to participate in the battle, there will be no problem. Don't call it a Tauren village at all, but change its name to a Tauren military base. Qin Feng secretly sighed with emotion. Uncle Tishi, the Tauren's attribute is very high, you should be careful. As he spoke, he didn't wait for Tishi to reply. He charged directly at a tomahawk Tauren nearby. Halfway through, Qin Feng jumped with all his strength, leapt into the air, drew out the wolf saber, and slashed at the Tauren's neck fiercely. At the same time, Xiao Yan used the angel arming skills tacitly. The attribute of the sword has been raised to a higher level out of thin air. Brush. The saber flashed a dazzling cold light in midair, and passed all over the Tauren's neck, directly beheading its huge head. Slap. The Tauren didn't know what happened, he felt a pain in his neck, his eyes went dark, and then he lost consciousness and died completely. The sound of the body falling to the ground was perfectly covered by the boom sound of the Tauren crowd trampling on the ground. The Tauren in front didn't know at all. Behind them, there is a human being, like a god of death, harvesting their lives one by one. That's all. Qin Feng beheaded more than a dozen of them in a row, and the bull-headed man in front finally came to his senses and looked back at Qin Feng. I also saw the corpses of my companions all over the place. Immediately, his eyes became red, and he was panting heavily between his nose. Moo, moo, he roared angrily at Qin Feng. And this roar seemed to be a signal, and more than 10 minotaurs stopped at the same time, turned around, and looked at Qin Feng with scarlet eyes. Subsequently, unanimously, they stepped forward and charged towards Qin Feng. Qin Feng only felt that in front of him, more than a dozen large trucks ran towards him at the same time, and the visual effect was extremely shocking. At the same time, the Tauren also sounded the war drum at the same time. The power of the Minotaur became even more violent. There was also a notification sound from Qin Feng's battle panel. Ding, you have been affected by battle drum shock, and all attributes have dropped by 10%. Seeing the prompt, Qin Feng didn't panic either. He called softly, Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan, Xinyi and Qin Feng figured it out, instantly understood Qin Feng's meaning, and directly added a purification buff to Qin Feng. Remove all debuffs. At the same time immune to negative status for 1 minute. It's simply a magic skill. 1 minute. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, it should be enough to kill you ugly monsters. Then, holding the saber, he also charged towards the Tauren army. Although your strength is great, it is still too low compared to me. Qin Feng sneered, the strongest attribute is not as good as mine. How do you fight me? With a distance of tens of meters from each other, it took Qin Feng only half a second to get close to a minotaur. Then with an abrupt sidestep, the saber slashed across like lightning. Boom! A huge battle axe struck Qin Feng's sword, but it failed to stop the sword from carving. The battle axe flew out directly. Then the saber continued to slash towards the Tauren's face unabated. The Tauren hadn't recovered from the shock of the tomahawk being sent flying, when he realized that the battle knife had reached his face. Pooh! A little cold light flashed. The Tauren's head was directly cut in half, and the body also fell directly to the rear, splashing countless dust. Moo! When the Minotaur saw his companion being instantly killed, instead of showing any fear, his eyes became redder, and he exploded at an even faster speed, charging towards Qin Feng. Puff! With a flash of cold light, a Tauren's chest was pierced. Qin Feng had already passed by and slashed down a Tauren's neck. A face-to-face. Another 2 Tauren were killed in seconds. Qin Feng used his strength and agility to the extreme, and his fighting skills also rose steadily. The Tauren couldn't stop Qin Feng's attack at all, and fell one after another. Tai Shi and the others at the edge of the battlefield were stunned. So strong, so fast, so high fighting skills. This Qin Feng's strength is too terrifying. Facing such a powerful Tauren, he can handle it with ease. Don't panic at all. And have you noticed that Qin Feng's fighting skills seem to be improving rapidly? Just now, he couldn't kill the Tauren with one blow, but now he is almost critical. Tai Shi touched his neck, feeling fearful. What's the matter with this kid? How come he specifically cut off the head of the Tauren? Although it's a bit more efficient, it's too scary. This is a beheading killer. The rest of the people nodded again and again. I have a deep understanding of this statement. After touching their necks and making sure that their heads were still on their bodies, several people breathed a sigh of relief. But still have lingering fears. He secretly decided in his heart that he would never provoke Qin Feng in this life. This kid is not only terrifying in strength, but also ruthless in his attacks. Whoever messes with who is unlucky. Less than half a minute. More than a dozen minotaurs fell at Qin Feng's feet one after another. Qin Feng's level has finally been raised again. Came to level 13. Correspondingly, the accumulated attribute points for the upgrade also came to 15 points. Qin Feng has never thought about what attributes he should add. Take the warrior style, increase strength and agility, it will work. It makes sense to add mental strength and rely on skills to deal damage. Actually, I don't have much output ability. What I lack is the ability to save my life. How about adding all my physique? Would it be too timid to add physique? Besides, ordinary monsters can be killed in seconds. If Xiao Yan can't handle the monsters, I guess I will be killed in seconds even if I add all my physique. He pondered for a long time. In the end, Qin Feng evenly distributed the attribute points to strength and agility. One is that he likes the thrill of close combat, and the other is that the attribute points provided by the upgrade are too few. It's not as good as Xiao Yan's promotion to one level, so Qin Feng is self-willed. Too many attribute points means willfulness. Even if it is wrong, it doesn't matter at all. After adding attribute points, Qin Feng looked at the properties panel. Qin Feng. Grade. 13. Occupation. Angel Summoner. Strength. 75. Constitution. 72. Agility. 67. Spirit. 86. Summoned Creature. Holy Angel Xiao Yan, First Order Angel. Skill. Angel Contract. Active skill. You can contract an angel and turn it into your own summoned creature. Note. Can only be used on angels. Divine Inheritance Passive. LV1. Inherit 1/10 of the basic attributes of summoned creatures. Holy Light Strike. Active. LV1. Use the weapon in hand to deal a powerful blow to the enemy. This skill ignores 10% of the enemy's defense effect. Explosive Orb. Active. LV1. Summons a light attribute energy ball, causing explosion damage to the enemy, and the singing time is 1 second. The Kanglang War Knife has inherited 1/10 of Xiao Yan's attributes. Almost all of Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attributes have broken through the 70-point mark. Moreover, this does not include the added attributes of Xiao Yan's angel arming. If counted, then Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attribute is almost close to 100 points. To know, for a level 20 fighter, the method of adding points to all strength, the strength value is also this value, and Qin Feng's 4-dimensional attributes are all close to 100 points. The gap between the two sides can be said to be a world of difference. If both sides were not wearing equipment, Qin Feng might be able to instantly kill a level 20 combat professional with a single blow. Qin Feng now finally has enough confidence to win the provincial champion of Fengshan Province. Even in the face of those Tianzhao who have been taking Tiansai Bao since childhood. Qin Feng still feels that he has a great opportunity. Thinking of the bonus that the provincial champion can get, Qin Feng's heart is full of energy. He turned around and greeted a few people who were in a daze. Uncle Tishi, follow up. After finishing speaking, he couldn't wait to rush towards the center of the village. Brother Qin is addicted to killing. If I had this strength, I'd be addicted too. How can this be a minotaur? This is a walking experience, baby. After talking and laughing a few words, everyone followed suit. Qin Feng is a strong kid, and he is decisive in killing. In the distance, after seeing Qin Feng's performance, Sheng Guanyu did not hesitate to praise Qin Feng in his heart. This junior, I'm going to decide. And checked his information. His parents are both martyrs. Wang Chenghai, who raised him, is also a veteran. Such a person will have a strong sense of patriotism. After graduating from Shengjing University, he will be transferred to my father's army to practice. In the future, it may be impossible to add another general to Daxia. The more Sheng Guanyu thought about it, the more she felt that this matter could be accomplished. I can't wait to drag Qin Feng to Shengjing University now and train him well. But, now is obviously not the time. So, she could only suppress the thoughts in her heart. Continue to chase after Qin Feng's figure. The very center of the Tauren village. Moo, moo, a terrifying minotaur with a height of more than 10 meters and a body covered with pitch-black scales let out an angry roar. The roar was like thunder, and the rubble on the roof fell to the ground, smashing into pieces. Across from it, it's 3 humans. One of them had white hair and a somewhat stooped figure, coughing non-stop. But his eyes have a sense of firmness that ordinary people can't match. This person is the dean that Qin Feng has been looking for a long time, Wang Chenghai. The age of the other 2 people did not look too young, their faces were wrinkled, and they were at least 60 years old. At this time, the state of the 3 of them was very bad. His whole body was in rags, his body was covered with large and small wounds, and his clothes were dyed red. Wang Chenghai looked at the other 2, smiled bitterly and said, Dalei, I didn't expect this bullhead king to be so strong. The 3 of us joined forces to sneak attack, but we couldn't cause fatal damage to it. This time I was the one who dragged you brothers down. If I hadn't insisted on dragging you into this dungeon, you wouldn't. Hear Wang Chenghai's words. The slightly older man immediately said, the old squad leader doesn't need to blame himself, it's all for the children. Our 2 old lives are not a pity, but the children in the 2 orphanages are pitiful. After losing our care, I'm afraid their living standards will drop a lot. Well, it turned out that the 2 brothers Dalei and Erlei were also soldiers when they were young, and they were soldiers under Wang Chenghai. When it was time for the 2 to retire, they all followed Wang Chenghai's example and applied to the state to become the director of an orphanage, taking on the responsibility of caring for the orphans of martyrs. Then, in order to improve the conditions of the orphanage, the 3 of them often formed teams to go out to kill monsters and collect materials. This time, the 3 of them discovered the secret realm, and decided to venture out once in order to let the children live a better life. But I didn't expect. In the end, this boss bullhead king is too perverted, and the 3 of them are no match at all when they work together. The plan for a risky sneak attack also failed. The 3 fell into the embarrassing situation of having no way to go to heaven and no way to go down to earth. Oh, Wang Chenghai also sighed. I was going to prepare a celebration banquet for Zhaofeng's child, but now it seems that there is no such opportunity. Zhaofeng. The children in the orphanage will depend on you. After taking a long breath, the hands of Wang Chenghai and Daily Erlei were tightly held together. Closed eyes, waiting for the arrival of the last moment. All the past flashed by like a movie. I, Wang Chenghai, defended my family and the country when I was young. Guarded the territory. When I am old, I have not forgotten my mission. I have raised many orphans of martyrs for the country. I have no regrets in my life. In this life, I have no regrets about entering the great summer, and I wish to be a flower planter in my next life. But at this moment, Wang Chenghai was waiting to die. A clear youthful voice came into Wang Chenghai's ears. Grandpa Dean, don't despair, Zhaofeng is here. Boom. The sound of the explosion rang in Wang Chenghai's ears. He opened his eyes suspiciously. He saw a back that was not tall, but was like a mountain, blocking in front of him. Help yourself to fend off the Tauren's battle axe. The scene was shocking and confusing. Wang Chenghai rubbed his eyes, only to realize that he was not mistaken, but his tone was still a little puzzled. Zhaofeng. Qin Feng used all his strength to split the Tauren king's battle axe. He turned his head and smiled brightly, revealing 2 rows of neat and white teeth. Grandpa Dean, Uncle Daily Erlei, here I come. You. After seeing Qin Feng's handsome face, Wang Chenghai was even more confused. I'm not dreaming. Didn't you just change jobs? How is this possible? Erlei nodded again and again. Zhaofang, have you taken gunpowder? This is too fierce. Go, go. Dalei kicked his younger brother. What nonsense are you talking about in front of the child? Grandpa Dean, the two uncles. Qin Feng smiled and didn't care. I'll take care of the Bullhead King first, and we'll talk later. You step back a little bit. While speaking, the attack of the Tauren King has come again. Well done. Qin Feng yelled, without any hesitation, raised his saber, and slashed at the Tao King's axe with all his strength. Boom. Qin Feng only felt a strong force coming from his arm, and he almost couldn't hold the saber in his hand, and his body stepped back 3 steps in a row. After stepping on a deep hole in the ground, he stabilized his body. On the other hand, it was not easy for the Bullhead King. Qin Feng's knife was equally powerful, and the Bullhead King's upper body fell backwards directly after being chopped off. It quickly supported the house next to it with its hands, and it avoided the fate of falling. Use this opportunity. The 3 of Wang Chenghai also ran to the rear in a hurry, joining Tishi and the others. At the same time, Qin Feng also checked the attribute information of the Tauren King with identification technique. Bullhead King, Bronze Boss. Grade, 18. Strength, 85. Constitution, 94. Agility, 75. Spirit, 74. Skill, Hard Skin reduces all damage received by oneself by 10%. Rage and Rage active skill, increase all attributes by 20%. Horn Charge active skill, the Bullhead King launches a charge, causing impact damage to the target, and causing the place to be knocked into the air for 1 second. Sharp Axe Slash active skill, wielding a sharp axe, launching a slash attack. When using the skill, the power attribute increases by 20%. Frenzied Trampling active skill, trampling the ground with hooves, causing a stun effect within a range of 5 meters, lasting 0.5 seconds. Introduction. 100 years ago, this tribe was still a quiet and peaceful human village, but, until one day, a dark magician passed by here. On this peaceful tribe, a despicable black magic was used, turning everyone into a terrifying half-bull, half-human monster. Perhaps, only death can completely lift this terrifying curse. The attributes of the Bronze Boss Bullhead King were ridiculously high, almost surpassing Qin Feng in an unarmed state. What's even more perverted is that this boss also has a passive skill that avoids damage, and a berserk skill that increases its own attributes. This widened the attribute gap between it and Qin Feng. It's no wonder that Qin Feng will be at a disadvantage in the confrontation with the Bullhead King. More importantly, this Taurus King has 3 other active skills, both of which carry control effects. It can be said that it is a nightmare for humans of the same level. Once it is controlled by a skill, the fate of death has been predetermined. Fortunately, I have Xiao Yan's purification effect, and the 2 skills of the Tauren King have been abolished. Although Xiao Yan is armed, my attributes are still not as good as it. But only by challenging such a boss can my strength improve faster. Thinking of this, Qin Feng temporarily suppressed his plan to let Xiao Yan take action. Choose to fight against the Bullhead King first. If you really can't beat it, it's not too late to let Xiao Yan make a move. Xiao Yan, armed with angels. Received, received. Xiao Yan's sweet voice sounded, and then enchanted the wolf sword. While making the sword look cold, it also adds a gorgeous temperament. Come on, beast, let me see your strength. Feeling the rising strength, Qin Feng also became very proud. He directly raised his saber, leapt into the air, and slashed towards the Bullhead King. Moo! The Bullhead King spewed out 2 streams of hot air from his nose, his eyes flashed with unshakable light, he swung his tomahawk, and slashed at Qin Feng with all his strength. Slash with a sharp axe. Increase your strength by 20%, don't force it. Qin Feng twisted his body slightly in midair, and dodged the battle axe. While dodging, Qin Feng raised his saber again, and slashed at the arm of the Bullhead King. Pooh! A cold light flashed. Although the saber cut into the arm, it was blocked by the tough arm bone of the Tauren King. It failed to cut off its entire arm directly. Qin Feng was not disappointed either. The Bullhead King's attributes were very high, and he didn't expect to make the Bullhead King's arm injured with 1 blow. He was already very satisfied. Subsequently, he kicked the Tauren King's body directly, and retreated violently with his strength. When the Bullhead King attacked again, Qin Feng was already 10 meters away. Moo! The Bullhead King was completely angry, and directly used the Berserk skill. All attributes were enhanced by 20%. Its eyes turned red. The whole cow seemed to have lost its mind. Hu Chong smashed the surrounding houses and turned them into wreckage. Then roared and ran towards Qin Feng. Although the strength has become stronger, the wisdom has declined a bit. After Qin Feng saw the state of the Bullhead King, he knew that the Bullhead King had lost his mind. Turned into a monster that only knows how to attack. I shouldn't confront him head-on, take advantage of the surrounding environment and wisdom. Qin Feng is extremely calm, making use of the environment, focusing on defense, and when he finds an opportunity, he will strike back. The two sides fought crazily. One side is tyrannical, taking advantage of its strength and attacking indiscriminately. The other party was full of wisdom and kept moving around, leaving wounds one after another on the body of the Bullhead King. Only a few minutes passed. The bull-headed king with dozens of wounds on his body was seriously injured and moved slowly. Then Qin Feng pierced the bull-headed king's thin waist and neck with a knife. Release, relieve. After the knife was pulled out, the bullhead king let out a wail, and his huge body fell to the ground, completely dead. Several people watching the battle were a little dumbfounded. Tishi and the others knew Qin Feng's strength, so they performed well. But the two brothers, Wang Chenghai and Daily and Erlei, both opened their mouths wide, looking extremely shocked. Is this really Zhao Feng? Wang Chenghai murmured. Zhao Feng can kill the bronze boss at level 18 just after he changed his job. What kind of job did he change his job to? Hey, old squad leader, this time you have cultivated a remarkable character. Yeah, Qin Feng has just changed his job so much, if he grows up completely, it's okay. Not to mention improving the environment of the orphanage. Even if we renovate the orphanages in the whole city, it won't be there at all. Let's talk. Dale and Erlei also looked excited. Wang Chenghai looked at Taishi and asked, Brother Taishi, do you know what profession Xiao Yan changed to? I don't know. Taishi smiled wryly. I only know that Qin Feng should be a summoning class. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. A row of signals flashed across the heads of the three of Wang Chenghai. Are you kidding me here? The knife slashed the bullhead king. It turns out I'm a summoner. Is there any reason for him? So what is my profession as a soldier? Is it a vegetable cutter? While Wang Chenghai was happy for Qin Feng, he also felt that his life was wasted. Alas, people are better than people, so mad. Not far in the direction. Shengguan Yu also looked depressed. What happened to this Qin Feng? Refreshing her cognition again and again. She was thinking. Qin Feng must not be able to fight this time, so she must help out in person, right? Her arrows were already on the bowstring. As a result, he just watched Qin Feng hack the bullhead king to death one by one. Let her plan to gain favorability fail again. Okay, Qin Feng, you're really good. Shengguan Yu bit her lips. I'm committed to you. I don't believe it. I haven't found a chance to save you yet. In the middle of the battlefield. Brush. A gorgeous light. It landed on the bodies of Qin Feng and Xiao Yan. At the same time, there is also a prompt sound from the personal information panel. Ding, you killed the bullhead king, level 18 bronze boss, and you will be rewarded with 12,000 experience points. Your level has been raised to level 13. Xiao Yan's level has been raised to level 6. Woohoo takes off. Finally upgraded again. As expected of a secret dungeon, this experience value is much more than that of monsters in the wild. Just a normal level dungeon allowed him to upgrade from level 11 to level 13. This speed even surprised Qin Feng. Brush. At this time, a ray of light also shone from the huge body of the Tauren King. This light is blue, the light that belongs exclusively to the bronze treasure chest. Another bronze treasure chest, developed. I don't know if we can continue to develop the parts of the safari suit. With excitement, Qin Feng directly put his hand on the treasure chest. Slap. The lock on the treasure chest fell off. The treasure chest opened slowly. A bronze boot and a bottle of potion appeared in the treasure chest. Zhao Feng, let's take a look at the attributes of the equipment and potions. At this time, several people from Wang Chenghai also came up from behind, looked at the treasure box and said. Aha, Qin Feng agreed. Used identify on 2 items. At the same time, the attributes of the items are shared. Safari boots, safari set 1/3. Grade, bronze. Grade, 13. Strength, +1/1. Constitution, +10. Agility, +2/1. Category, light armor equipable. Safari suit, 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. Very good. After Qin Feng saw the attributes of the equipment, he was so excited that he almost jumped out. It is another piece of the safari suit. After adding the safari armor, Qin Feng can successfully activate the attributes of the suit as long as he collects 1 piece. Qin Feng didn't hesitate either, just enough level. Just equip the safari armor and boots. After the armor and boots are equipped, they automatically change in size and fit on Qin Feng's body. It made him look a bit majestic, full of domineering feelings. Subsequently, everyone's eyes turned to the potion again. Power potion. Grade, D grade. Attribute. After taking it, it can increase the strength attribute by 2 points. Restrictions. The same type of potion of the same grade, if taken more than 5 times, will lose its effect. Good luck. He actually opened a bottle of strengthening potion directly. Qin Feng was poor since he was a child, and he had never drank attribute potions, so naturally he would not exceed the limit of 5 times. Immediately pulled out the cork of the medicine bottle. He poured the potion into his mouth. The moment the medicine enters the throat, it turned into a warm current, rushing to the limbs and bones. Qin Feng felt itchy all over his body. His muscles got stronger and his body got stronger. From the outside, it seems that it is not as weak as before. The muscles are also full of a streamlined beauty. At the same time, there is also a prompt from the panel. Ding, you have taken a strength potion, and the strength attribute is +2. Not bad, not bad. Wang Chenghai squeezed Qin Feng's arm. Based on Zhao Feng's current appearance, I don't know how many girls he will be fascinated by. Ha ha ha. Dale also laughed. If I didn't have a granddaughter, I would have married my granddaughter to Zhao Feng. Qin Feng blushed. I smiled embarrassedly, then suddenly remembered something, and hurriedly called out. Xiao Yan, come out and meet the dean's grandfather and Dale and Uncle Dale. The voice fell. The sacred light shone on the wolf sword. Xiao Yan's figure appeared in front of everyone. Even Qin Feng, who saw Xiao Yan often, was still amazed by Xiao Yan's appearance, let alone other people. Seeing that everyone was in a daze, Qin Feng quickly coughed twice, raised his voice and said, Grandpa Dean, Uncle Dale and Uncle Lei, this is Xiao Yan, an angel. Xiao Yan has met the principal's grandfather, Uncle Daly and Uncle Lei. Xiao Yan bowed and smiled sweetly. Hey, okay. Wang Chenghai looked at Xiao Yan like a grandson's wife, leaned into Qin Feng's ear, and said softly. What kind of angel are you? Can you give me a great-grandson? Qin Feng, is this being urged to marry? Qin Feng touched his nose. Glancing at Xiao Yan, he felt a little embarrassed. Seeing Qin Feng looking over, Xiao Yan blinked his big eyes, and called out sweetly, Brother Qin. Qin Feng's teenage heart is about to melt. Marry Xiao Yan. It seems that it is not impossible. No, no, no. Qin Feng quickly dismissed this dangerous thought. Although Kahiko is big, but Qin Feng still regards her as a child in his heart. This matter, well, at least not yet. Grandpa Dean. Qin Feng smiled. Xiao Yan is still young, don't talk nonsense. Okay, okay. Wang Chenghai looked at Qin Feng and smiled. Okay, you two want to reminisce about the old days, and there is still plenty of time in the future. At this time, Tai Shi came up. Let's leave the secret realm first, it looks gloomy here, and it's uncomfortable to stay here. Hear what Ironstone said. Everyone can do nothing. After some rest, under the body of the Bullhead King, he found a teleportation array. Everyone stood on top of the teleportation array, the light flickered slightly, and after experiencing a feeling of weightlessness, everyone was teleported out. However, after seeing the scene in front of them clearly, everyone felt very puzzled. Because this is not the Gale Plain at all, but inside a dark castle. As everyone stepped foot, the wall lamp on the castle wall suddenly lit up. Exudes a faint green light. It looked very scary. Shouldn't we be returning to the Wild Wind Plain? Tai Shi scratched his head, very puzzled. How did we teleport here? Could it be the castle of the Black Mage? Qin Feng thought of the description information of the Bullhead King. The Tauren King was originally a human being, but after being cursed by a black magician, he became half human, half bull. Could it be that this is the castle where the black mage lived? The castle of the black mage. Tai Shi was stunned for a moment, and then suddenly exclaimed, "Brother Qin, you guessed it right. Quickly look at the personal information panel. A brand new character has appeared." The people heard the cry of Iron Stone. Quickly check the personal information panel. Secret Realm. Castle of the Black Mage. Recommended level. 18 to 21. Difficulty. Difficult. Requirements for customs clearance. Kill the Black Magician Lorraine, silver level boss. Description. The castle where the Black Magician Lorraine lives. The power of black magic is floating around the castle. Be careful of the power of black magic, because it can turn you into a half-human, half-beast monster. When everyone had just read the secret information. Brush. Another dazzling light flashed. A tall, beautiful woman, wearing leather armor and carrying a bow and arrow, just appeared in everyone's sight. "Huh, where is this?" the beautiful woman yelled suspiciously. Then he felt the side direction, as if something was staring at him, so he quickly turned his head and looked. As a result, the two groups of people looked at each other awkwardly. The moment Shangguan Yu saw Qin Feng, her face turned red. "It's over, why is there still room to hide? This club is dead. Qin Feng won't know that I'm following him. If this gets out, where will I put the face of a big girl like me? How to do? Shangguan Yu wished she could just find a crack in the ground and sneak in. Qin Feng was also dumbfounded when he saw Shangguan Yu. "What's the matter with this big beauty? Why does your face turn red when you see yourself? I know I'm handsome, but I'm not that handsome, right?" Qin Feng coughed twice and asked, "Excuse me, are you?" Shangguan Yu just wanted to say that he was the special envoy of Shengjing University, but suddenly felt something was wrong. As soon as I said it myself, isn't that exposed? So he quickly changed his words, "I am a passing adventurer, and I also accidentally discovered the secret realm, so I came in to have a look. I didn't expect there to be a hidden space here, what a coincidence." After Shangguan Yu finished speaking, she didn't believe it. Not to mention Qin Feng and the others. The moment Shangguan Yu appeared, Qin Feng and the others used identification techniques to investigate. Name, level, 30, profession, skill. Although Shangguan Yu hid other information. But the level information is not hidden. So everyone knew that Shangguan Yu was a second-turn professional. A second turn, happened to come to the Windy Plain, and happened to discover the secret realm. How about cheating ghosts? Killing low-level monsters on the Windy Plain in the second round probably doesn't even have experience points. Seeing everyone staring at him suspiciously, Shangguan Yu blushed even more, stomped her feet and said, "Forget it, let me tell you, I'm just 4. The words are not finished yet." Ha 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 ha. From the depths of the castle, there was a burst of eerie laughter, which interrupted Shangguan Yu's words. Immediately afterwards, a creature hidden under the black robe, whose body was floating in midair, flew in front of everyone. The black-robed creature held a black lacquered staff in its hand, and gave a slight salute to everyone. "It's been a long time since human beings have set foot on my territory, and I've almost forgotten the taste of human flesh. You guys came just in time." After finishing speaking, another eerie laugh broke out. "This is Lorraine, the Black Mage." When Lorraine was laughing, Qin Feng secretly threw an appraisal spell in the past. Suddenly Lorraine's message appeared in front of his eyes. Black Mage Lorraine, silver 3 stars. Level, 20. Strength, 133. Constitution, 123. Speed, 119. Spirit, 174. Skill, Dark Magic Affinity. All black magic skills, damage increased by 50%. Dark Magic Ball. Active skill, launch black energy magic ball, attack the enemy. Curse of Darkness. Active skill, activates the power of the curse, turning the target into an animal form. The duration is related to the spiritual attribute. The higher the spiritual attribute, the shorter the time. The shortest is not less than 3 seconds. During animal form, all attributes are reduced by half, and skills cannot be released. Conditions for judging the transformation into an animal. The mental strength is lower than that of Roland, and the skill is 100% successful. Mental strength is higher than that of Lorraine, and the skill has a 30% chance of success. Closing parenthesis. Although Lorraine only has 3 skills. But the curse skills in it are really terrible. In the audience, except for Shengguan Yu, none of the spiritual attributes of everyone was higher than that of Luo Lan. That is to say, Lorraine's use of the curse skill will definitely succeed, turning them into animals, reducing their attribute values by half, plus Lorraine's super high spiritual attributes. I'm afraid that one skill can instantly kill them all in animal form. This boss is like a nightmare. Shengguan Yu obviously also saw Luo Lan's skills. She took 2 steps, stepped in front of everyone, and blocked everyone behind her. You are not his opponent, let me come, you just hide. As he spoke, he took off the longbow on his back and held it in his hand. Miraculously, there were no arrows on the longbow, but the moment Shengguan Yu pulled the bowstring, a white arrow with a cold light appeared automatically. The cold glow emitted by the arrows. Even Qin Feng felt a palpitation. He knew that even if he was armed with an angel, it would be absolutely impossible for him to take this arrow. In the same way, it is absolutely impossible for Lorraine to follow this arrow. The only ending for Lorraine is to be killed by one arrow. This is not in line with Qin Feng's plan. He quickly reached out his hand to stop Shengguan Yu, and said, "Don't do anything, if you do, this silver boss will probably be wasted, and the silver treasure box won't explode." Shengguan Yu was stunned for a moment, but still obeyed Qin Feng's words, and put down the bow and arrow. Could it be that your spiritual attribute is higher than that of Luo Lan? Not really. Qin Feng shook his head. However, I have a skill that is immune to all negative effects, so Lorraine's control skills have no effect on me at all. Quote? Everyone was dumbfounded, and Shengguan Yu opened his mouth even more, his face full of disbelief. A skill that is immune to negative effects. Purification. Isn't that a priest's skill? Aren't you a summoner? How do you know I'm a summoner? Qin Feng was stunned for a moment. He hid his profession, so he shouldn't be detected. It's over, it's exposed. How did Qin Feng's head turn so fast? Shengguan Yu's thoughts changed sharply. Didn't I see her? Shengguan Yu pointed to Xiao Yan. She is not a human being at first glance, she must be a summoned creature, so I have this guess. Is that so? Although Qin Feng was skeptical, he didn't think too much, nodded and said, "That's right, this purification skill is Xiao Yan's skill, and it can also be used on me." Shengguan Yu nodded, pondered for a while. It reminded me of the scene where Qin Feng beheaded the Bullhead King. Coupled with the effect of purification skills, it shouldn't be too difficult to kill Lorraine. Then, Shengguan Yu took 2 steps back to make room for Qin Feng. As a result, Qin Feng made a movement that surprised everyone, reached out and touched Xiao Yan's head, and said softly, "Xiao Yan, go ahead, kill him in seconds." For Qin Feng, Lorraine only has 1 magic ball skill. It doesn't make much sense to hone your fighting skills. Qin Feng was too lazy to do anything. Besides, Xiao Yan has a natural restraint effect on this kind of black magic, and the skill attack power will be doubled. Coupled with Xiao Yan's current attributes. Holy Angel, Kahiko. Grade, 1st grade Angel. Level, 6. Strength, 194. Physique, 216. Speed, 207. Spirit, 339. Xiao Yan's level has been raised to level 6, and almost all attributes have broken through to 200 points, completely crushing Luolin, and there is no pressure at all to kill Luolin in an instant. Okay brother. Xiao Yan nodded, flapped his wings, and flew into the air, facing Luo Lan far away. Wang Chenghai was stunned, and looked at Qin Feng. Zhao Feng, Xiao Yan still has the ability to fight. As far as I know, the creatures summoned by the summoner also need to be cultivated and upgraded slowly. You just changed jobs, can Xiao Yan do it? Hey, President Wang, don't worry. Before Qin Feng could speak, Tai Shi said first, this Xiao Yan is very powerful. Let me tell you, Xiao Yan's Holy Light Storm skill. Just as Tishi was pulling Wang Chenghai to speak. I like eating little girls' meat the most. Lorraine attacked Xiao Yan with a wry smile. Curse of Darkness. A jet of black energy suddenly appeared above Xiao Yan's head, but before the energy got close, it was dispersed by the holy light emitted by Xiao Yan's body. How is this possible? The Loran people were dumbfounded and exclaimed in disbelief. My curse skills have never failed, this is absolutely impossible. He swung his staff, and another curse skill landed on Xiao Yan's head, but it's useless. Nothing works. That's it. Xiao Yan imitated Qin Feng's catchphrase, and then appeared in front of Luo Lan in an instant. A gigantic sword suddenly appeared in Xiao Yan's hand, and then slashed down fiercely. Holy slash! The giant sword shot out a holy light, and the light flashed across Lorraine's body. Lorraine didn't have any strength to resist at all, and was directly purified by the power of the holy light. Not even a speck of ashes remained, as if it had never appeared in this world. Slap! A gorgeous silver treasure chest fell from the void to the ground, emitting a dazzling light. Woohoo is done. Qin Feng stepped forward with a face of joy, pinched Xiao Yan's pretty face. You did a good job. Hee hee. Xiao Yan smiled brightly. Thank you brother for the compliment. Afterwards, Xiao Yan shrunk down to the size of a thumb, hung it on Qin Feng's ear, and swayed back and forth like a swing, looking extremely happy. Qin Feng smiled. Look towards the treasure chest. What will come out of this silver treasure chest? With anticipation, Qin Feng directly attached his palm to the treasure chest. After a few breaths, the treasure chest opened slowly. A gauntlet and a card appeared in Qin Feng's hand. The gauntlets are silver, ornately shaped, with intricate patterns carved on them. Qin Feng uses appraisal to view attributes. Safari gauntlets, Safari set. Grade: Silver 1 star. Level: 15. Strength: +2-4. Constitution: +2-1. Agility: +1-8. Skill: Safari passive, +10 points of agility. Category: Light armor equipable. Safari suit 3 pieces, increase the wearer's agility attribute by 5%. It turned out to be a piece of silverware, and it was also part of the safari suit. Qin Feng became extremely happy when he saw the attributes of the wrist brace. He was wondering where to get the last piece of the safari suit, but he didn't expect this silver box to give him an extra surprise. The strength, physique and agility attributes are added quite a lot, almost more perverted than the attributes added by the main weapon. As expected of silver-level equipment, the black iron equipment of the Kanglang sword is nothing compared to it. The only fly in the ointment is that the level requirement is 15. For Qin Feng, he can't equip it yet, but with his attributes and upgrade speed, he can probably upgrade to level 15 in less than 3 to 5 days. So I put the wristbands in the backpack first. The rest of the people naturally didn't have any opinions on the ownership of the equipment. After all, they lay flat all the way and were very satisfied with getting some basic experience points. Zhaofeng, let's see what the other card is, Wang Chenghai said as he walked up and looked at the pitch-black card. Qin Feng nodded and shared the card information. Lorraine's magic card, enchanted card. Effect: after use, increase the spiritual attribute of the blade by 20 points, and last for 1 hour. Description: the enchantment card left by Lorraine, which contains a trace of black magic power, which can be used to strengthen weapons. Remaining uses: 10 times. It turned out to be a rare enchanted card. And the attribute of the card is to increase the mental attribute by 20 points. This attribute is already very high. To know, the silver wristband that Qin Feng just obtained had a single attribute value of just over 20 points. The added attributes of this card can be compared with silverware, so one can imagine how precious it is. On the market, it is absolutely priceless. The only disadvantage is that it can only be used 10 times, which is 1 less time. But Qin Feng conservatively estimated, the final price of this card will not be less than 200,000 universal coins. Sure enough, as Qin Feng expected, just after he shared the information of the card, Sheng Guanyu, who was standing by the side, felt a little moved and said, Qin Feng, this card is useful to me, how about selling it to me? I'll offer 250,000. Qin Feng pondered for a moment, then said, actually, this boss can be regarded as being given to me by you. How about it? Let's not pay 250,000. You can pay the lowest price in the market, and 200,000 will be fine. For Sheng Guanyu, although Qin Feng doesn't know her origin. But the moment Lorraine appeared, she stepped up quickly and protected everyone behind her. Just because of this, Qin Feng developed a good impression of Sheng Guanyu. Of course, it is not love, but appreciation for this person. Deliberately, if Sheng Guanyu knew what Qin Feng was thinking. I'm afraid I will vomit blood depressed. Good guy. She tried every means to increase her favorability but failed, and it turned out that this little thing that she didn't pay attention to made Qin Feng have a good impression. Aren't her actions in front of her a waste of effort? Yeah, Shangguan Yu nodded, then I won't be polite. Because there was no signal in the secret realm, the two agreed to go back to the city before making a deal. In this way, the effort of the two talking. In the dark castle, another magic teleportation array finally appeared. Everyone stepped into the teleportation array, and after experiencing a feeling of weightlessness, they finally returned to the windy plain again. See the familiar grassland again. Qin Feng and the others felt as if they had passed away. Fortunately, the final result was good. The Dean and Tai Shi were all safely rescued by Qin Feng. Qin Feng was also very proud in his heart. The result of this operation can also be called perfect. At the same time, when everyone exited the dungeon space, the teleportation light gate from outside also slowly disappeared. Qin Feng was finally able to complete the system's check-in task. He walked to the coordinates and thought to himself, "System, sign in." Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing the sign-in. You will be rewarded with 3 stars for signing in. You will be rewarded with a piece of gold equipment, Holy Silver Spear. The equipment has been stored in the system space, and the host can access it at any time. The 3-star reward turned out to be a piece of gold equipment. The system is awesome. System YYDS. Qin Feng forced himself to hold back, so he didn't make a loud noise, but he was holding back enough that his body trembled slightly. Shangguan Yu, who was resting at the side, noticed his strangeness and seemed to come over. Qin Feng, what are you doing? It's not good for the public, right? Quote? Qin Feng was stunned. I suspect you are pulling me on the highway. I didn't expect you to be such Shangguan Yu. He coughed twice and said, it's nothing, I just successfully rescued the Dean's grandfather, I'm happier. After finishing speaking, Qin Feng paused for a moment before asking. Speaking of which, what do you do? How do you know my name is Qin Feng? Do you know my occupation? Quote. Shangguan Yu was silent for a moment, took 2 deep breaths and said, Qin Feng, I won't hide it from you. I am the special envoy of Shengjing University. You were specially recruited to enter the school. Are you willing to accept my invitation to enter Shengjing University? Qin Feng's performance has already conquered Shangguan Yu. She didn't want to miss such an arrogance. Simply don't care about that much, just say it openly. After speaking, she looked at Qin Feng expectantly. A special envoy from Shengjing University. Qin Feng nodded, then shook his head again. I may not be able to accept your invitation. Why? Shengjing University is also ranked among the top 3 prestigious schools in the building, you can't miss this almost. Shangguan Yu was anxious. Yes, Zhaofeng, it is such an honor to be specially recruited into Shengjing University, how can you refuse? Wang Chenghai also said. Brother Qin, Shengjing University is one of the 4 famous universities in Daxia. Those who can graduate from it have reached the rank 2 or above. Don't miss this opportunity. Several members of the Ironstone team also persuaded. Oh, Qin Feng waved his hand and said with a smile, listen to me. I'm not going to stop. I mean, can I go after the college entrance examination? After all, the provincial champion of the college entrance examination has a bonus of 1 million. And there is also a B-level training resource, you can't miss it. Is it the number 1 student in the college entrance examination in Fengshan province? Hearing Qin Feng's bold words, Shangguan Yu nodded thoughtfully. Then I will help you succeed in advance. She stood up and patted Qin Feng on the shoulder. I am optimistic about you, come on. Regardless of whether you become the champion or not, you must come to our Shengjing University. I am waiting for you. After finishing speaking, Shangguan Yu didn't stay any longer, took his leave and left. Soon, her figure disappeared from everyone's sight. Zhaofeng, since you have this goal, then keep working hard towards it, I believe in you. Wang Chenghai also stood up from the ground and said. It seems that you don't plan to go back to the city for the time being, so you should be more careful. Your 2 uncles and I will go back first. Okay, Grandpa Dean. Qin Feng nodded, I put all the school bonuses with Aunt Li. After you go back, feel free to use it. With my strength, it is not difficult to make money. Okay. Wang Chenghai was very happy. Zhaofeng has grown up, so I feel relieved. After saying goodbye, Wang Chenghai and Daily and Erlei walked towards the city. Seeing this, Tishi patted his butt and stood up. Brother Qin, it seems that you are not worried about your elders. How about this? Our Ironstone team is going back to the city to rest, so let's go back with them. Then thank you, Uncle Tishi. Thanks Qin Feng. Then Ironstone team also left. Only Qin Feng stood there by himself, looking at the background of everyone leaving for a long, long time. Perhaps the road to becoming stronger is doomed to be lonely. Qin Feng took a few deep breaths, and after sorting out his thoughts, he chose a direction at random and started his leveling journey. Time passed slowly. In the blink of an eye, 7 days had passed. Qin Feng climbed over a mountain and came to a mountain range where the ground and trees were pitch black. This place is no longer within the scope of the Wild Wind Plain. Qin Feng checked through the map that the name of this mountain range should be Haifeng Mountain Range. The level of monsters in this mountain range is not low, basically around level 18. Those who can enter here are all experienced adventurers, who are no longer satisfied with killing low-level monsters in the Wind Mountain Range, and want to get a further improvement here. Qin Feng also had the same idea. The big exam is coming. He found that the upgrade efficiency of killing monsters such as grey wolves and bulls in the Windy Plain was too slow, and it could no longer satisfy his appetite. If you want to get a quick upgrade, you can only go to the area with a higher level of monsters. With this in mind, Qin Feng arrived in the Black Wind Mountain Range after a 7-day trek. It is worth mentioning that Qin Feng has not been idle during these 7 days, and has already raised his level to level 14, which is only 1 level away from equipping the Hunter's Gauntlet and the Holy Silver Spear. At the same time, Xiao Yan's level has also been raised to level 9, which is not too far away from advancing. The only fly in the ointment was that the number of wild bosses was too small. Qin Feng didn't even encounter one in 7 days, so he didn't harvest any treasure chests. At the same time, I don't know if Qin Feng's luck was used to save Wang Chenghai. In the past 7 days, the check-in tasks have not been refreshed in Qin Feng's vicinity. Qin Feng was not discouraged either. After all, giving up the opportunity to sign in will make the rewards better next time. He saw that the rewards for signing in had accumulated to 5 stars, and he was quite excited. I can't wait to give up a few more times, accumulate 10 stars directly, sign in again and an angel will come out. But this was just Qin Feng's thinking. He found that when the sign-in reward was upgraded from 3 stars to 4 stars, he used 2 chances, while from 4 stars to 5 stars, he gave up 4 times before he was promoted. It can be seen that in order to reward stars, the number of times you need to give up is multiplied. For Qin Feng, the current 3-star rewards are quite sufficient, so it is not mandatory to accumulate 10 stars. Just waiting for the task location to be refreshed nearby, Qin Feng will not wait any longer and will complete the task directly. Qin Feng was thinking slowly, while constantly exploring forward. Just walked out of a distance of not a few hundred meters. A gentle breeze blew over, and a strong smell of blood wafted in the air. In this bloody smell, there is also a hint of fruity aroma. Hey, how come there is a fruity aroma here? Could it be that some natural treasures have matured? Qin Feng sniffed the air vigorously, his eyes lit up. After taking the strength potion, Qin Feng became very interested in Tiansai Dabao and strengthening potions. Who doesn't love things that can directly improve physical attributes? What's more, for Qin Feng, a poor kid who has not even eaten a single treasure from heaven and earth since he was a child, the attraction is very fatal to him. Immediately, he faced the breeze and dived in the direction of the smell. The breeze blows and the smell wafts. The closer to that place, the stronger the smell of blood and the stronger the fruity smell. At the same time, the direction the smell comes from. There were also the sounds of humans shouting and fighting. It seems to be fighting fiercely with some kind of beast. Looks like it should be close to the destination. Qin Feng was pleasantly surprised and accelerated the speed of sneaking. A few minutes later, he came to a depression with abundant vegetation. Through the gap in the bushes, Qin Feng finally saw the situation in the arena clearly. Just in front of a wide field, 4 people are fighting a terrifying big snake. The ages of the 4 humans are all 18 or 19, about the same age as Qin Feng. It doesn't look like a material hunter, because most of the material hunters are forced by life to come to the dangerous wild to take risks and kill monsters, collect materials and sell them for money. And everyone in this team is wearing equipment that is not lower than bronze. One of the girls with a high ponytail was wearing a gleaming silver robe of a gorgeous mage, and the boots under her feet were also shining with the light of silverware. Obviously, this girl was wearing a whole body of silver equipment. What's even more exaggerated is that the magic staff in her hand shone with a gorgeous luster unique to gold equipment. Qin Feng conservatively estimated that the total value of the opponent's equipment would not be less than 30 million. And look at the opponent's level. Actually reached level 15, one level higher than Qin Feng. Which is this eldest lady, who has gone out of the city to practice. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.